Let's get ready to rumble.
Welcome. Live midweek Regal Rumble brought to you by Cart Before the Horse Productions. How you feeling tonight, Mr. Walker?
Yes, sir. I am feeling freaking-tastic per usual. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, El Nug Nugs and Lay Bonquishas. Welcome to Cart Before the Horse Midweek Rumble, in affiliation with the Bougie Negro Podcast, and also, as all you Negroes know, in association with Ain't No Fun Once the Rabbits Got the Gun Entertainment. What's going on with you this fine midweek Rumble Wednesday?
In the big name of Jesus, you hear me?
Welcome in. SBC Cart Before the Horse Nation. Make sure you guys hit the like button. All right, we should be simulcasting from both channels. There was a quick little delay there, but it should be up on both channels. Hit the like button.
We back like cook crack. Y'all know what it is. Must be some madness going on for us to be back this Wednesday. Whether or not you seen the madness or not, come on, come on. This fine February 18th, 2026. Gavin X and I are very much still in the mix, reporting live to you jive chickens from this wonky, ever-changing dating market. Must be Wonky Wednesday. There it is. That's what I was searching for. Wonky Wednesdays. Happy Wonky Wednesday.
So here we are.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
It's Wonky Wednesday. All right, we're going to cook up today. As y'all see on the thumbnail, we're going to get to that. And we're going to try to perform an exorcism later tonight. So if we have enough time later in the show, stick around.
Oh, what do we have here? This ain't your average little pop-up show per usual. Shout out to SBC, Cart Before the Horse. Y'all know how we do. We about to get cooking, my baby.
So here we are. Yes, it's a lot to talk about. Like I say, y'all see the title. We talking damage control. For the record, Micca is not Anton's side chick. So we're going to see if we can clear the air.
Dun, dun, dun. Who is this sister? She finally come on. Look at this. She look like she a more sweet, feminine, not unhinged type individual. Am I wrong? I've been wrong many times up here. Let's see. Is she not a sweet, delicate flower?
Man, so stick around. Also, make sure y'all check out yesterday's show. Make sure you are subscribed to Truth Over Lies. It was another crazy show. Shout out to everybody that pulled up.
Yeah, shout out to the OGs, Rachai, Man Evolved, Heck, shit, good show. Brother J. Tillman made an appearance. Shout out to Stephen James, I guess. Stephen James, you see how my attitude changed as I said your name? You kind of entered into the realm of G Honda. Y'all about to be buddies.
That part. And also make sure you sign up and join the Patreon today. We will be live in the Patreon on Friday. We'll be back up here tomorrow. So make sure you are subscribed to all channels. And like I said, go check out yesterday's show. And we're here tonight. So we ain't going to waste much time. We're going to get into it.
Let's go. We back because via last night's conversation at the end of the show, we known it was some madness brewing with this whole Anton Daniels, Corey Holcomb, ongoing drama. My goodness, I thought it would have been over a week ago or so, but now attorneys, lawyers, legal counsel got involved. It's wild as heck. Now, what fuel Micca got to add to this fire?
We're going to find out. And shout out to Divine Photos. Said, did you see the picture of the street art I took on the Patreon? It's for you, Mr. Walker.
No, I'm going to check it out. Appreciate you, Divine.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. I see y'all be posting tons of stuff in that Discord. So, yeah, I seen it. I seen Divine Be dropping tons of pictures in there. Snow, the one street with the snow. I seen a couple pictures.
Okay. Shout out to Divine. Shout out to Stu Peas. Appreciate y'all dropping that content.
But here we go. Like I said, we ain't gonna waste much time. I'm gonna pull this video up. We're gonna get right into it. Fair use. All right, make sure y'all go subscribe to this brother here. All right, this is Orlando. The channel is Talk Perspective. Go check them out. Subscribe.
Shout out to the brother.
All right, so let's get into Anton Daniels. Here's my thinking. With your vast erudition or knowledge in politics, was that the connection or bond? Because as I understand, he's a conservative and much of his rhetoric, if you will, is political.
Correct.
Is that fair to say?
That's fair.
That is fair. Was that the bond or the connection between you and Anton?
Absolutely. So I was a watcher of Anton's content way before, I actually knew Anton. So that is one of the bases of my connection with Anton, and also the financial conservatism too, because Anton knows a lot about financial decisions.
Okay, and how would you describe your political relationship with him?
Political relationship, what do you mean?
Yeah, so is it primarily the relationship or the friendship you have is primarily about politics?
Well, no, the relationship that we have now is primarily business.
Or prior to, when you say now, there's an emphasis that maybe it was different prior to.
No, the only prior to is before I knew him.
Okay.
So before I knew him, of course, I'm a consumer at that point.
Yeah.
So I'm, looking at Anton, like I said, from.
So here we are. It's about the thing is very cringe. I didn't see all of it, but damage control. I don't know why she's here. Why would you do an interview? I don't know. You coming off like the side chick doing the interview and all. I would say just let it be water under the bridge and just, if he ain't speaking, him and his wife need to be doing the interview. I don't know.
Can't leave no money on the table. Absolutely not. She ain't there for the free. She ain't there doing charity. They sent her an offer she couldn't refuse, and she here, and she gonna do some talking. She said, "Look, for this little check, y'all just said I'm gonna do some talking. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say something." I've heard the rumors how cringe this. I ain't seen none of it, but I seen how she got defensive soon as she said word relationship. She said political relationship. What do you mean? What do you mean?
So we're gonna get into it. Shout out to brother Mick. Come through, drop $5 in the cash out. He says, "Let's work, gentlemen."
We working, man.
Here we go.
The conservative politics and the fiscally conservative shows he used to have.
Yeah. And what was it that caught your attention to stay connected to the work that he does?
Before I knew him?
Yep.
Oh,
you said you was a consumer of his work. Yeah.
It would be like the Millionaire Morning Show. That's actually what I did watch. I didn't know Anton's other shows until we started working together.
Sure.
But the Millionaire Morning Show, it has, like I said, it has different components of news, financial information, politics,
sure,
and a little bit of pop culture, which is my lane.
Yeah. And even with that being your lane, how did the lanes collided, if you will? Meaning that at some point, either you reach out, you email, you DM, you say, "Hey, this is great work you're doing. It's something that I'm interested in knowing more about." How was that establishment?
So Anton reached out to me.
Sure.
And he asked.
Well, let me ask you this, just for clarity for the public. When you say he reached out to you, so if you're a consumer of his work, how does he know to reach out to you?
He doesn't know to reach out to me.
So how
it just happens that, well, I watch a lot of people.
Sure.
Online, but it just happened that he emailed me.
And there you go. So there y'all go. If you're familiar with the work, like he's saying, look at her sitting in the chair. She ain't a bad looking woman. She came up in this interview all tight jeans, wrapped up, and we're going to find out some things. But, Anton, he'll be scalping in the chat, looking. And he seen her, and he like what he seen. Hit the email. You look good. You know how this started, Micca. Stop the cap. This wasn't This start off like, hey, you a correspondent. I like your take on politics. You should come on the show with me because you're such an awesome woman with great takes. Oh, they said, this girl look good. Come up here. You a baddie. And that was your end.
There it was. That's why he just all of a sudden reached out. He looked at your little profile picture and he saw something that he liked it. And he decided to send just a little friendly little email, Mrs. Raquel. Just a little friendly email. F that, man. Absolutely not. It was definitely a little tension there. A little tension in the trousers.
A lot of people.
Sure.
Online. But it just happened that he emailed me. I have my email up on my Instagram. I have it up on my
Yeah, but that's what
YouTube.
I'm asking. How did he know? How did he establish connection with you to know to email you?
Well, from what he told me, somebody sent him my work. And so he wanted to work with me, so he emailed me.
Okay, so someone sent him your information, and then he decided to reach out to you.
Mm-hmm. Somebody sent him my content, and he decided to look me up. He got my email, send me email.
And if you can be transparent, what did he say in the email, or what did he say that established your interest to move to the next step?
Well, when I got the email, I already knew who Anton Daniels was because I'm watching Anton Daniels.
Yeah.
So he asked if I would be interested in doing an interview. I said sure.
Okay. And the interview does he normally invite guests to come on?
All the time.
Oh, he does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anton has like one-on-ones with pretty much anybody. If his audience finds somebody intriguing, which is how he found me in the first place, then he'll bring them on, or if he finds them intriguing. Yeah.
And then you establish this sort of cordial friendship, if you will. Mm-hmm. It's a friendship at that point because you weren't working.
No. So once I did after I did the interview, the interview did really, really well.
Okay. And what was the interview about?
Everything. Anton asked me stuff from relationships, like my thoughts on relationships, because Anton does relationship panels and all of these things. So from relationships to politics to whatever he can come up with.
So it wasn't really a targeted subject, if you will.
Nope.
It was just, I want to have you on and I want to interview you about whatever comes to mind or whatever he is interested in talking about.
Correct.
Some people would say that's a cake bake. Do you feel it was?
And what's a cake bake?
A cake bake is when I have a sort of a hidden agenda, if you will, for reaching.
Yeah. Come on now. So a lot of this, I don't know if she is naive or she's just goofy or maybe both, but nonetheless, you know what you look like, sister, and you've been, rest in peace to the Godfather. Pretty privileged. All right. If you would look like Precious Gabrielle Sidibe, you would not be getting the opportunities you get. So you get the opportunities based strictly off your looks and a man's desire for you. So it is what it is.
Good looking folks get treated better. The shallow sides of freaking life. It just is what it is. Shoot, I look at my babies a little different when they mama do their hair. They're like, oh, you look like a little human with your hair done. You look better, you get treated better. It is what it is. I ain't hating on it. It's our job, especially as men, respectable, family-oriented men, to respect the daggone game. Like I say, this is a new term for me, cake bake or whatever. Yeah, baking a cake like a mother sucker trying to bake your cakes. Like you got to acknowledge that. That's why, like, look, if it's business oriented, there can be a business oriented relationship. We talking about checks and balances. That's it. Ain't no how's every little thing at home. And wrong freaking answer.
Here we go. And shout out to Divine. He says business mixed with pleasure. Keep her body language.
Come on now. Talk to him, Divine.
Out to a specific person, sort of making you believe that it's one thing and it could be something else. I may have insidious characteristics. And then once I'm able to lure you in, if you will, I sort of cake bake that situation, meaning that now I have your attention and I have you a part of my space, if you will.
Well, I've never heard of that, but I mean,
that's why
there could be people that can, but I can tell you right now, Anton was always like straight on forward, professional. Like there was really
no. I'm not questioning his
character.
I'm
just saying like there's nothing really that would fit into what you were, what you're describing. Yeah.
So to you, based on my definition of cake bake, inviting you to come onto the show to have a conversation about no particular topic, or at least a topic that he would serve as a prowess, did not feel like a cake bake.
No, because and let's be clear. especially in the independent podcasting space.
Sure.
Some podcasters are, particular. You and I would be amongst the top because a lot of them don't really have an actual angle.
Yeah.
They get around, they talk, they do this, that, and the third. So it's not uncommon that somebody might say, "Oh, I like what you said there. Hey, you want to come on?" And it might not be anything in my field or lane, but that doesn't stop them from reaching
And
out.
where's the show taped?
So he tapes in Detroit.
So he's in Detroit.
Mhm.
So you had to fly out to Detroit?
Correct.
Did he or the show pay for you to come out?
Correct.
And did they pay for your room and board as well?
Correct.
So you stayed in a hotel.
Mhm.
Actually, let me pose that as a question. Did you stay in a hotel?
Correct.
You did stay in a hotel. And you stayed alone in a hotel?
Correct.
Okay, just because these are questions that have come in, so I just want to bring some clarity. At what point do you believe the public and other people started paying attention to your friendship?
I think probably when I started to actually be a regular.
Okay, so give us that timeline from when he flew you out, you participated as a guest, you're done with the show, you fly back home. At what point from that last time up until you became a regular were you in communication with him?
So,
Like months?
So after I did the first interview,
Sure.
Yeah, here we go. Damage control. All right. Strictly business, she says, but it's a lot here. You got flued out. And shout out to the brother Anton. He wild. You done heard the brother up here, woman. You watch his show. Like you said, you watched his show. You know some of the stuff. He said he liked to fly chicks out, bust them down, always asking to fly women out. Whether it's just entertainment or not, you know what the optics are. So it is what it is.
There you go. We must always be aware of the optics. Don't matter what you're doing. Let's be very clear. Thank you, Miss X. There could be nothing that had went on. Could be. But so what? Don't matter. Don't matter. The optics, the overwhelming optics. This is the world of AI. We got to believe not much of what we hear and only half of what we see. It's this wild world. You in this hotel room, stand by yourself. He most likely coming to pick you up. I don't know. Early morning, late nights, I don't know. Hotel rooms by yourself. We sexual creatures. Y'all, we like, I don't know nothing about it.
probably maybe a couple of weeks after the interview aired and Anton could actually see how it was doing, I got a really good response from his audience. And so his audience decided, to people that don't know Anton, Anton is a big advocate of what his viewers and his watchers think, his chat, all of that. He calls them his co-host. A chat is like Anton is a
advocate of, you were saying,
of listening to what they like.
I see. Okay.
So if they like this or that, he will pay attention to it, and he'll try to implement that in the show. So Anton watched how everybody pretty much loved the interview. They're like this part about it. Oh, I think we think she's smart. We like this. She's pretty. Blah blah blah. Whatever. And so
people actually said you were pretty because you are. You're beautiful. But we used to work together, woman, so I know this stuff. But I just want to make sure that I'm really captivating the responses that the public wants. So people were saying, based on what he shared with you, that people said you were beautiful, you were smart.
Well, no, it's not based on what he was sharing with me. It's based on what's still on the page.
I see.
Yeah. So you can see that in the comment section, and of course, when it aired, you can see it in the chat.
Sure.
So you see all of these different things, and you're like, okay, well, if this is something that people are interested in, then I should explore more on it.
Okay.
And so Anton decided that he was going to revamp one of his channels that he canceled, called Fight Club or something like that. And he decided to make it like a nightly talk show. Okay. And when I guess he went on one of his live streams, and as the bag chasers, as they're called, what they thought, and a lot of them, bring Micca.
And there we go. He really obviously it's a long interview. We're going to get through it, but the net of it, sister, you was clout chasing. Bottom line, it was transactional. I mean, you was clout chasing. It was nice for him to have you around with maybe a chance to clap cheeks. Who knows? But you trying to grow in the space, and you I got a chance to be next to one of the biggest creators in the black spaces, talking the talks that you like. So Hell, ain't too many people got them opportunities to get it in with the person. Why? Because you a pretty looking chick. If you look like Gabrielle Sidibe, them opportunities don't exist. So y'all both was trying to use each other. Who knows what y'all got out of it, but very transactional relationship.
There you go. Yes. Clout chasing or not, it's a thing. Men like having feminine women around. That energy is building. It's invigorating. So I get that. However, they got to learn to keep sexual tension and all this stuff, out the room. I can only imagine, Gavin X and I put on a good display of how to behave around, female co-workers and things like that. No, just there's no need to even start going into these territories. Oh, you show looking mighty, take fine and take, like, you know what I mean? Like, because once you start saying things, ideas and thoughts start to develop and grow. It's just, so that's the thing.
You can only say what you mean. Like, come on. And we're going to get into it tonight when we do this exorcism. At the end of the day, we can't play around with words and some of this stuff, man. Come on now.
No, like they up here is, I don't know. That's my opinion there. Like, just keep all the sexual talk and all the just, oh, you look good. And that's what these spaces are full of. And then y'all want to try to have a business relationship and there's always lingering sexual tension. Weird as heck.
Yeah, so extremely forward. Yeah, like you said, even as a single man, you're like, man, I wasn't even that as rambunctious as some of these talks. It's like, man, y'all be wilding.
Just a horned up universe. But we can all be friends. Let's just all be friends.
And shout out to Divine. He says the rapper The Game has a song called Wouldn't Get Far. If you kept your legs closed, it would just be a waste of time.
Wow. See that? Well, yeah, allegedly.
And shout out to Rakim in the Cash App. He says those lunch lady arms ain't it. He says she not that bright.
Yeah, definitely not a bad looking sister, but she definitely looked like she had lost some weight. Like, yeah, her pants around, she looked like she retained water in her legs a bit, post sister.
Micca, bring Micca. And
so you were heavily requested,
yes.
your
yes.
appearance.
Yes, and you can, and I tell people this all the time, with Anton, 99% of the things that he does is on camera.
Yeah.
So you can go back and just look at the comments.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just curious, does he also recruit males?
Yes.
So right now the team is made up, if you will. So let me make sure I understand this. The show, which are you hired by him currently on a show?
It's called Room 9 now, but at the time it's called After Hours. Mm-hmm.
So it's called Room 9.
Mm-hmm.
It was called After Hours. And how many regular guests or co-hosts rather are on there?
I want to say 5 or 6 now. So when it started, it was just me and Quentin.
Okay.
A gentleman named Quentin.
Sure.
And then it grew.
Okay. And now it's made up of male-female ratio, which
correct.
is, what's the male-female ratio?
So 1, 2, 3, so maybe 4 females, 3 males.
4 females, 3 males. Okay. Yeah. Are you a paid employee?
Correct. Well, I'm contracted.
Contracted.
Correct.
Yeah. And do you have to fly out every time?
No. Most of it is virtually. Only when we're actually like doing something, some like a bunch of content where we have to go there.
Yeah. What sealed the deal for you in working with Anton, or at least felt comfortable to say, I want to stay on as a contractor and I really like what he has? What sealed that deal? So you become a guest and then you go back home and then you decided to accept the offer, if you will. But what sealed it for you?
What sealed it is I had already started in my podcasting process, and while I was there, I just in that small day and a half window, I got to see Anton's work ethic.
Sure.
And I got to see what goes on behind the scenes in podcasting and what actually how I can actually get to these numbers and just things that
all that.
Yeah.
Baking the cake. And Tom was up in there baking the cake. He was putting the eggs and all that, the milk, stirring it up. He got you up in the studio. Y'all know how Anton do. He's showing you the numbers. Look, baby, I made $100,000 last month. That's one channel. She was like, one channel? Yeah. You know what I mean? I could put you on, baby. So she said, what? You still look, the gravitas. So it was what it was. She started seeing numbers. She was like, what? How much you make last year? I made 8.8 million. She said, what? Okay. So 2 things. She was 1, trying to blow her channel up, and 2, trying to finesse some bread up out the brother. So yeah, don't get that twisted.
She was being a single, ambitious woman around a not so single, ambitious man. The 2 hunters. Man, listen, I'm not buying this. It's too much. And like you said, this is how Anton carries himself. It's his rhetoric, it's how he talks. No, you know, these are rightful allegations, as I like to say. Rightful, man. Absolutely. You can go climb on up the ladder, but can you do it without your sex appeal? Could you have gotten as far wearing long sleeve shirts and turtlenecks? Or no? Most likely not. I ain't hating on it. But like you said earlier, Mr. X is transactional. That's all.
That's it. And shout out to Rachel. Rachel says, knock it off. This 304 was with 2 Anton.
She was with him. They hunched, Rachel.
Nah. Man.
God,
There you go.
A lot of people charge for.
Yep.
A lot of people sometimes, especially in Black and brown communities, don't want to tell, like it's some type of secret,
Yep.
or somebody's gonna steal their job.
Yep.
And so I was able, to benefit from being able to see this firsthand,
Mm-hmm.
and that was something. And he was very open about showing me this or that and third, because it wasn't a sense of, oh, this is a threat if I tell you this, or you're going to tell other people and I'm not going to be able to make money.
Sure. So right now, your role as a co-host is virtual.
Correct.
How often do you fly, or what would be the need to fly to Detroit?
Only if we're doing other content. So like we did content one time for a couple times, but in the beginning, the first time was for my channel.
Sure.
So I needed to do a one-on-one interview, so I got to do that plus our after hours.
Okay. Let me ask you this: does Anton have you on an NDA? I've read that somewhere. A non-disclosure agreement for people who don't know.
Yeah, they always said it because some people pay attention to.
But does he have you on one?
No, I'm not on NDA.
So you're not on NDA.
No, I'm not on NDA. But he does give out NDAs to a lot of people, if not
Staff. You mean staff?
Anybody that he works with. So they don't have to be staff. If he just maybe interviewed you or whatever.
But were you ever on an NDA?
No.
So what's the exception? Why are you an exception?
I don't think I'm an exception because I don't ask, who's on an NDA. So I don't know.
But you know that other people
I have seen him.
Here we go.
Stop lying!
Why you lying, ho?
Stop lying!
Prezi, I know the time, ho.
Stop lying!
4G's what we slide.
Stop!
So here we go. 2 things is true. You clearly know more than you backtracking now, but you must not be on one or she wouldn't be up here talking. So I guess that is true. But she said, yeah, plenty of people are on them, damn near everybody, but not me. What's so special about you? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Look at me.
First, she states that dang near she made a facial expression too. She meant that. She said dang near everybody else is on one. So rightfully, so the interviewer said, well, what makes you the exception? She said, uh-oh. She said, uh-oh, I just made myself sound special. Backtrack. Well, I wouldn't say I'm special. I'm just, I'm not the exception. Anton doesn't deem my coup de kind exceptional. I mean, he don't think I'm exceptional.
Here we go. This is about to be wild. Rachel says, sorry, I wrote it too fast. Yes, this 304 did anything and everything. Knock it off.
Allegedly. Allegations. I'm her public pretender this evening. I'm terrible, but I'm doing it.
Here we go.
Put people on NDA. But as far as staff go, I don't ask. It's almost like at your job, you don't go, well, what's your salary? What's your salary?
Oh no, they do.
Depending on who you're not supposed to.
They wouldn't ask me.
In HR, you're not supposed to.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I've never inquired to the other hosts if they have it or not, because I really don't care.
Now, are you paid per episode?
No, I'm paid per month.
Per month?
Yeah, like YouTube.
Wow. How much does he pay you?
It depends.
The range.
It depends. It depends because we bring in a lot of
Hey, this dude is messy as hell.
I
And
loved
I'm
it.
here for it. It's too wow. He asking with a straight face, give no F's.
That's beautiful. Listen, I'm sitting here taking note. I'm studying. I'm like, all right. I like you went straight for the jugular, and she didn't get defensive. She's stumbling and bumbling and fumbling a bit. You know how much Anton pays you? Well, it depends. In your mind, what was that last check, brother? So say the last amount he paid you. What was it for? Speak very clearly to the microphone.
Super chats, which is extra money that the audience gives.
And that's the way he makes the money for the show?
No.
Okay.
YouTube has AdSense and he has sponsorships, things like that. So all of that is factored in, plus anything that the audience gives as well.
Sure. So how much does he pay you? We were just talking about that range. Unless you want to specifically say how much.
I'm not going to give a specific
because that's the NDA characteristic.
No, that's my.
Oh, you want to protect him?
That's
so
my
then how
business.
Much?
That's my business mind sense, because there are other people on that show. I do not know how much.
So then let's get.
And he said that's an NDA characteristic. So, like I said, two things is true. You can talk, but you can't give great details. So he said, why don't you want to get details? You scared? You on the NDA? You ain't allowed to say? This dude, wow.
Blessings to him. Like, man, he telling her he is using like some evolved sign language. Are you scared to say? But instead of you scared to say, anytime you try to redact any information from the Anton files, I'm going to revert back to you, sign an NDA. You don't want to tell me? Sounds like an NDA until you break and just spill the freaking beans. And I don't agree with that. In a workplace, I know, don't tell folks how much you make. All y'all doing is protecting boss man, because he's scheming and scamming. And the thing behind that is, he don't want, and when they have new hires, they don't want the old timers to know that your entry level pay is close to what they making now. And because the old timers gonna be like, give me more bread. So I guess I get it, but I don't exactly agree with this. Oh, I ain't telling how much I make. Y'all only protecting big boss man. That's it.
And shout out to brother Kareem. Says this brother should be interviewing politicians.
Man, he pretty good.
Man.
He has sponsorships, things like that. So all of that is factored in, plus anything that the audience gives as well.
Sure. So how much does he pay you? We were just talking about that range. Unless you want to specifically say how much.
I'm not going to give a specific
because that's the NDA characteristic.
No, that's my.
Oh, you want to protect him?
That's
so
my business.
Much?
That's my business mind sense, because there are other people on that show. I do not know how much.
So then let's give a range. Because the range doesn't pinpoint the range.
That's why I said I can do the range.
Yeah, sure.
You asked me to pinpoint.
Sure. What's the range?
So I can do a range of anywhere between 2 to maybe 35.
To what? I don't know. You said $2
to 35.
2,000
to 35
to 3,500 a month.
Correct.
Okay, for your role.
I'm only on that show. So there are some people that are on 5 days a week. There are some people that are on 1 day a week. And for me, I'm only on Thursdays and Fridays.
Okay. So Thursdays and Fridays, you make a good amount of money just for Thursdays and Fridays?
Correct.
Yeah. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of.
So there we go. He gonna say give a range. You damn near told what it was. Yeah, so I don't believe in that. I don't believe in discussing business publicly. Yeah, you should never be up here talking numbers with anybody about anything. Especially, if you're doing business, it's business. Like you said, either whether it's your own, even when Anton come up here, making this. I don't believe in any of that. So, like I said, if you're doing a seminar, you talking to people behind the scenes, that's one thing. But for her to just do that, completely messy. Because like you say, now you causing dissension. All right. If he wanted y'all all to know, y'all would be on a public pay scale. He would show y'all on the chart. But you like somebody gonna be like 2 to 3,000. You making 3. I only make 500. I only make or whatever. So now, extremely messy.
Says she up there 2 days a week, and you could make dang near $4,000 a month. That's almost $1,000 a week. And you working 2 days. God, That's livable pay. My point in pointing that out, I find that to be sketchy. Why you paying this woman a livable wage for showing up on your panel 2 days a week? You see what I'm saying? Is that not odd? Like, come.
One day a week. And for me, I'm only on Thursdays and Fridays.
Okay. So Thursdays and Fridays, you make a good amount of money just for Thursdays and Fridays?
Correct.
Yeah. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of what's been out there.
Mhm.
So I understand that Anton is married. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you're married.
Correct.
Correct. Have you met Anton's wife?
Yes.
How would you describe her?
Oh, she's when I say probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
And the more this go on, she's also burning bridges. So now just with other people that's going to do business with you in the future, they're like, you messy and you run your mouth. So people ain't going to be so inclined to want to do business with you because you got, foul business practices. You got to know how to practice business.
There you go. That part there. You want to be up here spilling the beans, you better be ready to fully not need anyone to, depend on you. You can't afford to have to depend on one to be impressed with your resume after things like this. I concur. Yeah. But again, I agree. And I can understand not sharing, like I said, she was supposed to give a range as far as not sharing the income again. But yeah, I guess if you like your employer and you want to stay there, don't do it. But I don't give a dang.
That lady is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And has Anton met your husband?
In person, absolutely not.
He has not met him in person. Has
No.
he met him over the phone or in DM? What other form of introduction when you say not in person?
Because a lot of people assume that, when you have to see people, it has to be in person, or that if you don't meet them in person, then it's something or whatever. So
no, so I'm saying, what's the form of communication? That he met your husband?
they don't have a form of communication where they talk back and forth.
Yeah. So, but you said he did not meet your husband in person.
No.
Is that to imply that he met him virtually?
No.
So he's never met your husband?
No.
And why is that?
No particular reason.
Sure.
Just I've never had to actually do anything where my husband was there, and so if he's there, if my like when we work together, is here, so my husband's come here.
Hell!
And here we go. Now this is strange as hell, because for the longest, people did not even know she was married. They was pointing out that she wore that ring on her finger, but here we are. She come clean. How you doing business? Personal. Like, says one thing if y'all was doing StreamYard, from across the country, granted, but y'all done met in person several times. Y'all flying out, you in hotel rooms together, and he never even spoke to your husband on the phone. Nothing. What? Like you say, but I granted that's Anton's modus operandi. He don't care about your husband. He done came up here. He done said all these y'all up under my covering. He done said that to these. Yeah, once these women on my show and they hanging out with me, y'all up under my covering. So he ain't got no respect for your husband. You should have respect for your husband.
There you go. That, like I said, that's how Anton operates. Anton is heavy on my wife ain't work for nobody. Anton is the type of individual that thinks as if his wife goes and gets a job, the boss at that job gonna bend her over the desk. That's what he believes. That's how he moves. That's part of his ego and his hurt. That's why he's like, yep. So since I believe that, when your woman come around me, I want you to believe that. It ain't got to be happening. But like Mr. X said, he wants you to believe that. Foul work. Anytime, shout out to Mrs. Raquel Rose. Shout out to the sister Ebony Dean. You know what I mean? They stay bringing their significant others into the room. And that's a must. I look down on any woman that don't want to bring their significant other into the room. I can't stand that. I've seen that way too much. Doing business interactions, you talking to a sister, and I'm always gonna bring my wife into the room. It's a must for me. And then as soon as you bring your wife into the room, then they're like, oh yeah, yeah. Then they want to bring their significant other to the room. Foul work, sisters. Respect your man wherever you go. The first chance you get, bring him into the room by mentioning him. Don't be like this.
And shout out to G Honda says, Rachel, she did all that for grifts. travel and that normal fee or that nominal fee.
There you go.
But if
Yeah,
it
but
was,
when we first met and worked
we
together,
were in person as well.
your husband came.
Yeah, but
yes.
we were here in the DC area. Yes, my husband came.
Yes.
So again, if he was here, then yes. But most of my business dealings, and if not all, I usually have a manager or somebody else deal with that. So that's the reason why I like it's not a thing. But I talk to my husband about it.
How long have you and Anton been business partners or friends?
We're business partners, and
so you're not a friend because I don't want to provide language that's inaccurate.
that's why I changed it.
Yeah.
We're business partners, absolutely.
You're not friends.
No.
Okay.
Friends would imply that we hang outside of business.
Not necessarily. Well, yes,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, like
outside of business.
Yeah,
correct.
like not we were, me and you we're shooting here, and then we just get something to eat afterwards, but we are doing business.
What's wrong with being friends? All right, we under the impression that there's not a big deal. Why can't y'all be friends, Micca? But she said they're business partners. She trying to make sure that line is distinct and clear. No, we didn't cross that line because friendships mean something. We might be hanging out outside of business, whatever. Whatever the case may be. But business is business, right?
Yes, it is a very solid yet delicate, powerful yet fine line. And words and how they carry themselves has a lot to do with if and when business relationships amongst men and women can be sustainable. It is what it is. Got to respect our animalistic nature. Respect that, then you can move forward. But don't be sitting there thinking you can sit here and be getting start to develop an emotional attachment, especially for the women. Guys, what I'm saying? Some guys will hunch a hole in the wall. That's understood. But women, for the most part, got to get an emotional attachment. That's the trouble. So y'all out at dinner, and this is a suave, charismatic brother. Not no short little dwarf and ninja like Anton. Some big old alpha male strategies. You got to be cautious with these things.
Yes. And shout out to Unc. He come through. He says her husband is a jiu-jitsu brown belt SWAT team, MMA tactical weapon expert, certified kick door type ninja with big muscles, paws, Anton Brave.
Okay. Well, that's context, Unc. Appreciate you, brother. That is some context.
And there we go. And two things is always true. So there's always the other side of the coin where this man, they might have some weird type of marriage. He might have a whole nother woman he dealing with. All right. That's the case a lot of times. When people see that, even like with the stuff with, somebody like a Tom Brady, they go, oh, his wife left him for this. Y'all don't know if he was already done left her. All right. So we must understand there'd be, obviously these be your ladies, but sometimes these men be having multiple women that it's hard for them to choose from.
There you go. And shout out to be streaming. Also, like I say, men, you carry yourself, you present the world and your woman with your best self, and you know for a fact that your woman would be a fool by anybody's definition for stepping out on you. Then I can get, like you said, he accomplished brother. He got options waiting on him if his woman decide to be disrespectful. That's a different energy. It's like, you go ahead on the business trip. You go ahead, act like you got some sense or don't. But if you come back being with, don't be mad, because Mr. Desirable don't miss.
Yes.
I'm saying, hey, are you up? Are you available today? Or you want to go out to the blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Do you believe it was important at some point for you to introduce your husband to Anton?
Yeah. Because
I'm sure his wife thought it was important to meet you.
So I can't speak on what his wife thought.
Correct.
But the one time that I would have is when we had an event here, but he had to work. So, I mean.
But have you made it a concerted effort to make it happen? We do what we want to do, when we want to do it, for whom we want to do it for. And if something is really important to you and your family, either on your end as a wife, you absolutely make a concerted effort for this man, or
go ahead.
Or Anton as a man says, I want to meet your husband just because you're married, and I don't want any messaging or anything else to be misconstrued by him or the public. So it's fair that I introduce myself. Has that conversation happened?
No, that conversation has not happened. And I understand what you're saying. My thing, again, my business dealings is normally with me, my manager, things like that. But it's not without my husband knowing. So everything that I do, every place that I go, everything that I'm going to be doing, my husband knows. And I have to actually talk about it with him, tell him what I'm doing, things like that.
How did you reassure your husband this was strictly business? Like if my wife is flying to another state,
because of
at some point I'm going, or I need to meet this person in person. And it doesn't matter to me if he's single or married. It doesn't matter to me if he feels that he wants to meet me. I want my wife to be very committed and loyal to the idea of her business engagements I should be comfortable with as a husband. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Sure.
But my thing is, I think a lot of people sometimes misconstrue is this. You guys separate for some reason, independent from like big conglomerates, right? So if there's a person that has a business,
sure,
it automatically changes from if Disney calls you, right? Because there have been other things that I have done as far as movie sets and other things that my husband has not gone to, and nobody would bat an eye if I'm talking to the director or if I'm going to meet, for a shoot for this or that. Your spouse is not always coming, and so I think the notion that just be
See, here we go. You're doing too much splaining. You're doing too much splaining. The title of the show, we talking damage control. That's all she doing. All right. We ain't talking about Walt Disney. Stop the cap. I mean, Disney, they will be moving with more decorum out of spite. You mean, we talking lawsuits and stuff. They ain't just going to be leading with meats on the table. So and here's the thing, if the CEO of Disney was on YouTube talking about how he bust down all the chicks that he fly out and all of that, it would be a different story. So, I mean, the optic system.
It's deflection. No, did I get that right? Deflection. She got it. Now she like, it's not just me that is behaving in this manner. I behave like this elsewhere, and other women behave this way as well. A gynocratic ploy. It ain't just me behaving this way. It's all of us. So stop pointing me out. No, like that's splaining. If you really believed, if you was really telling the truth and was being genuine, she'll be a lot more lighter. Her shoulders starting to raise up around her neck. She getting tense. She'll be like, oh, that's nothing. She would be able to very lightly talk about, her husband relationship. Oh, Bob, he doesn't mind. That's my Bobby. He's out at the gym. We talk, we FaceTime. She would be able to just organically give receipts as far as how solid her relationship is. But look at, she like, no, everybody do this. It's normal over here. Yeah, so is divorce and living together but separately. Huh? Sounds like ice is cracking, Miss Ma'am.
Because it's this person. And I understand that people have their own thoughts and perceptions of people. But I think a lot of the times when it comes down to people who are in independent media, they think it's more of a personal level, and still it's business.
Yeah. But I think what people may feel befuddled or confused by is at some point you put the business aside when rumors are brewing, when images are plastered all over social media.
Now you're talking about a year later.
Okay, so before a year later, let me ask you this. Has there ever been a concern from your husband about your business relationship with Anton?
My business relationship, absolutely not.
Because
one, he can watch it. Like he can literally sit there and watch it. And then two, if he has a concern or anything he wants to know, I just tell him.
Has he ever been incredulous? Skeptical? Has he been with your flying out there, or depending on how long you stay, or just the mere fact that I never even met this person? Has he just had that sort of incredulity, if you will, about not meeting your male business partner?
So I think he would like to be, more involved with coming out there, but again, and you know what my husband does for a living,
Sure.
so it's not feasible.
No, it's feasible because here's how I see it. If Anton has to get on an airplane and come and meet your husband out of respectability, then that's what a man does.
If that
So it's
was
feasible.
if that no, I was
And here we go. Two things is true. All right. As a man, you must lead your household. So I don't feel bad for this guy. And it is what it is. Some of these women get away with this type of stuff in their marriages. It is. We all ain't cut the same. So I don't care if this dude is 6'20", fighting jujitsu, fighting pterodactyls. Don't give a damn. He must be a simp because he's allowing this behavior. This dirt on his name. I don't care what he's doing outside of her. He can have 100 different women. Why are you sticking around for this abuse? It don't make sense.
There you go. Because now there is a nasty shadow being cast on the man, which it goes against the point you made earlier, Mr. X. Like you said, he may not be worried about this because he got other desirable options that he exercising. Like you said, now we here. And now this is getting cringe. Now you got, like you said, that very well be cooking, brother. Don't matter. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Will Smith ain't no small little, non-physically imposing brother. You see how he put hands on Chris Rock? It is what it is, but you still could be a big old buff, strong simp. That's that reality. That troubles me. I can't stand that. I'm like, how you a big old accomplished brother and you're tender-hearted?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you still paying bills and financing her in some type of way. So, I mean, why would you keep this dead weight around? Makes no sense.
Well, what they say, cheaper to keep her, maybe, huh?
There you go. So, just in a sympathetic position. If your wife is flying out with another man multiple times and you never even spoke to the guy, that's insane.
Yeah.
And then the guy never bothered to speak to you, that lets you know where he's operating from. I'm not even thinking about you as a married woman because you are up under my instruction. You mine. Shout out to the brother. That's what he says. So you belong to him.
Mr. You made my heart hurt because when you said that, I put myself in her husband's shoes. I'm about to drop my lady off at the airport. And I'm like, yeah, just drop my lady off at the airport. She going to see Anton. You ever talk to him? Nope. But she under his control. She under his control now. She belongs to him while she away from me.
Shout out to Uncle Strayman. He says the hubby had to take his IG down. This ish is wild.
Oh boy, more embarrassment. All right.
You see? Man. EV, Glaze Galaxy welcomes Thick Micca to Glaze Galaxy.
Oh, EV, you might be able to get that one, brother.
And shout out to the big bad bull with the fireball. Said it just seems like she wants to have unfettered access to go and be whatever she wants to be with other men and do whatever she wants to do.
Maybe she's got that leeway. Don't know how her relationship is set up.
There you go. So all men ain't the same. That's what we're trying to say. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Whoever instruction she up under, he only got about one instruction. I don't know.
That's it.
And shout out to Unc. Says hubby's IG says profile isn't available. I know he mad. He had a lot of cool stuff on his page, rappelling down walls, kicking it with Akon and Wale.
Huh. Holy cow. Okay, shout out to Uncle Shimon for journalism. Interesting.
Yeah, this is wild. And EV, why 1988 Freddie Jackson interviewing her? Shout out to EV.
Money, 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 money.
And shout out Richard Media with the 10 ball. Says, who is the better dancer? Ginger Rogers, Micca, or Fred? Who is that?
Fred Astaire.
Anton Daniels. Hands down, Ginger Rogers. She performed all dance moves backwards, wearing heels. He says, is she dancing like Ginger?
Shout out to Richard. That's one of those. Oh, I could kind of picture them up on stage, old time me performances. If I get it right, shout out to OG Richard. Yeah, she dancing all right, tap dancing.
Yeah! Boom,
and shout out to DD. DD come through gifting a membership.
Appreciate you, DD. Always coming through.
So here we go. Hit the like button.
talking about feasible for if anytime I have to get up and go do something. And it's not just
I know that because your husband hasn't always been on the show when we were doing something. So I get that.
Correct. And
Yep.
so that's what I mean by it's not always feasible. But if it was to that point where he wanted to have, Anton do something, or if it was, well, I want to go,
Sure.
that would have been fine.
Yeah.
But it's never I don't, how should I say it? I don't give I need to hide this, or it's just, I just really feel that because this is independent, that we are not looking at it as business because
what is independent?
Because this is so this is your business here.
Sure.
I can talk to you directly instead of having to talk to 1,001 people
Yes.
to get to you.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
With that, it's still a business,
Yep.
but I can talk directly to you. So I can talk directly to Anton. So being that I can talk directly to Anton, I think people get a sense of that, well, because you can do that, then now it's something more happening if you go meet with this person.
Yeah.
Versus looking at it still the same. Yeah, this is not a big corporation, but this is still business, and this is still a person that is going to be employing me, contracting me, whatever. That still has to happen. If I was flying to Disney has to pay for my room and board.
Yeah.
Disney has to do this, that, and the third.
Quit comparing Anton Daniels' YouTube channel to Disney Incorporated. It's not even like we talking, pears and potatoes. Stop. It's not even close to the same. Like, oh yeah, if I was flying to Disney. And the thing is, she comes from the music industry. So this is not out of her realm. So it's like the same thing if a producer wanted to fly you out. I'm Swiss Beats or somebody, and I want to fly you in you see what I'm saying? So she comes from that. So maybe this is all normal to her, but she's acting very naive.
Yeah, the normals of Hollywood, the normals of the celebrity world, absolutely not. We know the data. Celebrity relationships are terrible. And why is that? Because you got a whole bunch of ambitious, a lot of them are attractive and desired by the opposite sex, and they together and they always intermingling and being so daggone friendly in close proximity, whether it's a studio, whether it's a DJ booth, whatever. And then you always get lines crossed. So yeah, it may be a normal Disney World, but this ain't that. And that whole Disney World thing, if you're going to do an interview with Mr. Disney, you ain't talking to him until you get on set and you start working. You talking to personal assistants, managers. But this, like you said, this is a small business. So you talking to Anton the whole time. He booking your trips. He checking on you. He making sure you landed. You see what I'm saying? It is a different energy.
Well, if this was Disney, she ain't talking to nobody at the top. You will never make it to the top of some of these companies. You're going to talk to representatives, supervisors, and managers. All right. Only way you meet the people at the top, if you like Taylor Swift or somebody, you ain't got that kind of gravitas.
Exactly. So to go against her point, I was supposed to be a probably pretender. Like, nah, Anton ain't Disney. He probably told her to say that. I'm just like Disney. Tell him I'm like Disney.
And so again, I think because it's a singular person that is easily accessible per se.
That's right. Yep.
Now it's a different notion where this must be for this instead of looking at it as business.
So let's call a thing, if you will. And I want to really drive it home. Has Anton ever flirted with you?
Flirted with me as a sense of what?
Naturally,
like we're sitting here, or because I'm gonna explain.
Well, I don't want to get into wordsmithing.
No, there's no wordsmithing.
Okay.
The reason why I'm asking,
because then I want to talk about some pictures too.
No, yeah,
okay.
I got you. But the reason why I'm asking is because there's two different things, right? So Anton does things for content, and then there's things that Anton would do if we're just sitting here.
Okay.
So if you're saying personally, if me and Anton was just sitting here, no. Now, if you're talking about for content, when we're doing the virtual rooms and things for the show, Anton has said multiple things. So that's why I asked.
Well, there is no difference. This is where the naive come in. Like, stop playing. A man is a man. Y'all done said some wild stuff up on that panel. He'll tell you how good you look. Oh, Micca looking good. you know what, I eat her up tonight, saying wild stuff. So regardless of if it's in your face, which I think is cap, you know, somebody say something to you like that, y'all both married, that's crazy as hell. Like you said, regardless if it's for the, you know, show, you trying to get the ratings, y'all trying to be shock jocks. Yeah, look at Micca. Oh, yeah, I dunk her like a cookie in some milk and eat her up. You know, man, I know that thing tasty. Like, what?
Absolutely not. Absolutely, man. My wife's so feminine and sweet. If I was up here talking like this, I would be afraid for my life a bit. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. My wife would be like, hey, what was that you said? What was you gonna do to that woman? Disrespect to your marriage. I don't care. What's going on with Mr. I'm a Christian first, Anton? You're supposed to respect your marriage and cover your woman's head. You ain't covering your woman's head by talking about dunking and chewing on and slobbing down some other sister. Whatever words you put to him, you right, he does. And that's the technical foul. You can't, that's disrespect for the game. That's a fishing line. I tell y'all guys to do that if you single and dating. Bring sexual tension into the room. Let that woman know where your mind is. So there ain't never no misconception about being no friend. And Anton is letting you know where my mind is. I ain't with it.
Man. And Rachel, did this 304 have on a ring and at a sporting event?
I don't know.
She had been wearing that ring and people, you know, lightly questioned it. Nobody ever asked or anything, or like you say, if you married, you should lead with it. I mean, most of the people that I see up on these panels, they'll say, I'm single, I'm married. Like I said, you ain't got to, you know, bring anybody on camera or pull out your marriage certificate, you know, unless you know, if it gets there, who knows how the trolls get. But, I mean, for you to sit here and say, I never even thought to mention it, I never thought it was a thing that I had to.
It's natural. I'm telling you, I do it purposefully. If I find myself, I don't know, interacting with a female, it's natural. I'm bringing my wife into the situation so you know how I'm moving. I guess different men, different ways to move, but I know me. I know my life. And if you're a man and you know that women find you desirable and you got a woman, respect the game. Don't sit there because they can see that ring on your finger. But they like, if you don't respect it, they not gonna respect it. Don't let things happen.
I'll say it's all part of a hustle. So we sit up here all the time and we say at what cost. So it really don't benefit her to come up here and say she's a married woman. I mean, YouTube is what it is. So the majority of her audience are men, and they don't want to be hearing you talk about your husband and how you some married woman. They want you to. She been selling this idea that she's single, and everybody thought she was single. And people want to hunch on you. Like I said, it ain't going to change. They still going to hunch on you whether you married or not. But you know what I mean? Just for, you know, for them to think that they got that glimmer of hope. Like, but you kind of closing the door that they want to always be open.
There you go. Bring your man into the room. That's respectable. That I cringe. So I didn't think I had to say it. You must not respect your man. That wicked work, sister.
So yeah, it's just a deep hustle. Be careful. So these are the kind of women, you know, it's a lot. We're going to mind through this. And shout out to Richard. Says, yeah, she dancing backwards like Ginger Rogers with that flirty response. Yeah, he flirted with her. There are receipts.
No, OG Richard, it was professional flirting. There's a difference. Shout out to Micca explaining.
Man. And Devon says, it's bad optics to be around married folks while you are married. Plus, a YouTuber has a full audio of Tasha K interview Micca. Well, I would say, look, and some of the settings, like you said, business is one thing, but you in hotel rooms and y'all in the studio late night after midnight and stuff. Like,
but don't do nothing to disrespect your significant other. Just don't. Take that ish off the table because it will come back to haunt you. You're going to sacrifice your relationship for a clout chasing and a couple twos and fews? That's what I'm getting.
Like, let's be honest here. Like, we talk about YouTube, all this stuff is fairly new with content creating. Ain't too many people up here on these platforms got too much respect for too much of anything. This is not even in professional environments, there's no respect. But even with that, you see what I'm saying? That is what it is. If a woman is in a work environment, all right, she's an actual professional at a job. But like, this is YouTube. We must understand.
I understand.
Yeah. Oh, nah.
Which one are you talking
So
about?
let me hear a few of the multiple things that he said that was a flirt.
What people would consider if he's, saying
Not people, what you considered as a flirt.
I would say probably if he's like, "Oh, Micca, you're so sweet," or you're so cute, right? But the problem that I have with it is because I know he's doing it for content, right? And he's not actually talking to me. However, I will say what I probably should have paid more attention to is the fact that people take content as real life instead of just content, right? Because I come from a world where I know entertainment is entertainment. And
so she's saying it's all fake. We are finessing y'all. Y'all act like y'all don't know when there's paid actors. We are actors. This is no different than watching an episode of Martin or whatever. He basically saying that this ain't real. This is wrestling. What you see on Anton's channel ain't real, is what she's saying. It's all fake. We know what I mean? It's gimmicks.
Show me the script. Show me the script. Then I'll believe it. Show me written out, thoughtful scripts and a clap machine like Martin. And show me that production, that development, and maybe we can. But y'all up there speaking y'all truth. Y'all going off script every time. There is no script. This is real. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of this wicked excuse. Oh, this is just YouTube. This is just entertainment. Y'all, you say it's entertainment, but you are not fictional characters. The situations are not fictional. Y'all significant others aren't fictional, nor are the emotions. You see what I'm saying? Stop that. If it was really all just pure entertainment, then this would be acting. They would be, they'll be all dramatic, dun dun dun, and all this showmanship. It's not that. These are genuine reactions, genuine lifestyles. It's very much real hotel rooms and everything. So what are we talking about?
people say this and that, with reality shows, all of that. It's just for entertainment. And they go, the cameras cut off and they don't really hate each other. They talk to each other.
But has he said those things to you privately?
No, and that's why I asked
It's all been on the show?
Yes, that's why I asked you the difference. And that's why I wanted to make that distinction. Because if I just said, he said this word, you would probably think it's just because we're sitting here. That's why I said, no. He has done it for content while we're all, and mind you, he says it to not just me, other women on the panel.
And how did you feel when a married man said that to a married woman?
Again, at first, because you don't understand,
who doesn't
content,
understand?
Meaning, well, I'm talking about myself.
Yeah.
So again, being on YouTube, when you don't understand certain bounds of YouTube panels and things like that, people on panels say all types of egregious stuff or whatever to get reactions from the crowd. Right. And so you might personally take stuff a certain way when they were just doing it as a reaction to get people in the crowd.
And so how did you feel?
I didn't feel a certain way. I didn't say anything because I was a little off-putted. But once I understood what he was trying to do, I'm like, okay, well, you can't say this and that and the third. It's okay if you're like, okay, I have beautiful women on my panel. That is fine, right? Because people can acknowledge that people look nice and things like that. But it's when it becomes personalized that it looks funny to the audience.
How does his wife feel? Has his wife read?
And let's talk about it. Like you said, it's too late to backpedal, sister. Now it's like, oh yeah. And now he already spoke his true feelings. So now you're like, all right, going forward, can we just make it more general and not so personal? It's like, it's too late. You know how this man feel about you. All right. And like Mr. Walk says, it's all very much real. Like you said, these hotel rooms, the mere fact that your husband, I don't know, it's just weird. It's very much so weird. Do you not respect your own union? That's what it boils down to. Because granted, Anton don't have to respect it. It is what it is. He don't have to respect your marriage. You have to. So if he's saying all this stuff, at what point are you just never offended? Like you said, it's all a gimmick. Like you said, your husband, don't know. It's a lot going on here.
When I found out she don't bring her husband into the conversations and into the room, I'm telling you, that's a telltale sign. Every other statement she make need to involve, oh, yeah, my husband, he likes that. That's his favorite thing. Respect you, bring him there. Every time Anton looks at you, he need to think about your husband. Straight like that. Just that's why, shout out to this space. I respect that. That's why Mrs. Raquel Rose is Mrs. Raquel Rose. Mrs. Bring her husband into the room every chance. That's respect. Never met him, but I'm bringing him into the room. I might as well have met him because his woman is up here. So since she up here, he up here. That's respect. But like Mr. X said, Anton ain't got to respect y'all union, but you the woman. You respect it, dag nabbit.
Personalized that it looks funny to the audience.
How does his wife feel? Has his wife Rita ever expressed to you her disdain, or have you heard her discuss something with him about her disapproval of saying that to you on the show? Even because
go ahead.
Well, let me just say this just before you answer. I think there's a line you draw in the sand when I say something because it's content. So I'm producing content here. I'm doing a show. And if I say to you, knowing your husband, wow, you look so beautiful and you're so gorgeous, boy, I wish we could probably just go for a nice drink. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, but he's never said that to me.
Yeah, but
totally
he may not have used my words. I'm just saying.
No, he's never done that. Period. Like, oh, well, let's go for it.
But he's called you beautiful.
Oh, yes.
And gorgeous.
Yes.
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 On the show.
Yes.
And to you, that's not a problem. Because it's happened more than once.
Correct.
How dare you go? She know it's wild. I mean, it's just a wild stuff. He said any woman, the box got to be open. Like you said, you can say, oh, this is just a joke, but words mean things. If I say any woman that I fly out or any woman that come around me, the box got to always be on the table. It's just a matter of not if I want to take it. These are his words. So you know this. If I say the box is always on the table if you're around me, no matter what, it's just a matter if I want it or not.
Absolutely not. As if I'm her husband, I could never even imagine agree to those terms. At what cost? Let that ring through your mind. Anytime anybody out there, you about to do something compromising to your integrity, your character, your kutakata, ladies, think at what cost, man? No. This is ice breaking my foot. The ice is broken. Folks is drowning under the icy water. This is terrible. No, she's still yet. Does her eyes be doing a weird thing too? She still has not really bought her husband into this room. She ain't like, yo, women is tripping. She ain't said nothing gratifying or nothing that makes us think or believe that she is married or is happy about her marriage. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Wow. And shout out to Rachel. Says, liar, liar, Kudakata on fire.
Go for it.
But he's called you beautiful.
Oh, yes.
And gorgeous.
Yes.
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 On the show.
Yes.
And to you, that's not a problem. Because it's happened more than once.
Correct.
And I'm not trying to make it a problem.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Sure.
Let me answer your question. So yes, he said beautiful, gorgeous, whatever. But there's not like, well, I want to take you to the whatever, or let's do this and this and that. And it's just,
well, he's taking you somewhere. Let's look at this picture. You guys were at a game when you said he wanted to take me somewhere. Now, I'll be honest. When I saw this picture, I was flabbergasted.
Why?
Because
wait.
Sure.
So go back to what you were saying, because you can't intertwine the two. So you were asking,
sure,
was he expounding on
flirt
on the certain type of things that he says, and we were talking about him saying beautiful, whatever, but not expounding in that way.
Yes.
Now, what is your question that you're asking now?
Because I think I asked it, was it disrespectful? Did you feel that it was disrespectful? And I think you answered it by saying no, because you realize that it's content and people do these shows and they say things. And you also clarified it by saying outside of the show, that has never happened. Would that be correct, what I heard?
Right. But you use the hook at the end to say, well, he's taking you somewhere.
Well, I think you said something, and we can probably roll it back in post-production. You said something about when we go places or he takes me somewhere. And that's what made me say.
So what I said was he's not adding on to the beautiful or gorgeous, saying, dang, you're so gorgeous that I want to take you to the whatever, so we can do this.
And I thought we clarified that because I said those are my words. That's what I said. And you did say he doesn't say that.
No.
Right. And I didn't want to put words in his mouth, but I wanted to be clear. So let's go to the picture.
Okay.
Tell us about this. How did this happen?
So this was the day that we did the interview. So the show did an interview, or just you and him? This was my interview day.
The first day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
So this is my interview day because you can go and you can see the outfits, the same outfit, same everything. Now, what he is doing here is he had already a business meeting set up there. So there is...
That's what he told you,
No,
correct?
that's what happened.
No, I'm not saying that's what he told you as if that was a cake bake. He told you he had a business meeting and you were invited.
No.
Okay.
So again, back there, probably like on the first level there is an area where if you have, your high roller seats and things like that, you, I don't know what they call it there in Detroit, but here in DC.
Yeah, you being wooed, sister, wooing them draws. That's what we said in the beginning. So I'm going to take you everywhere. You're going to sit this stuff. I'm wine and dining. I'm flying you out first class. I'm putting you in the best 5-star hotel. We eating the best food. All right. He bringing you to the studio, showing you the fine stuff, showing you them YouTube checks, sitting you courtside. This was on the first meeting. She was hook, line, sink. Here we are.
This is what men do. This is how you do it properly, not tricking or anything, but bring that woman into your world. That's what Anton does. And that's pitch and woo. How you doing, attractive lady? Let me show you how I move. Come with me. That's an angle. Come see how I'm living. What you want? You can have whatever you like. And come on, you really think an emotional woman by nature is supposed to see all this and not start to dream and think of how it would be to always have this lifestyle? Not saying that her husband ain't got that, we don't know, but she entered into Anton's world. Look at that. And shout out to this brother. She trying to do some explaining. She like, no. She said these are two separate events. Him saying that I'm attractive and cute and us going on a date, two different things. They're not together because he was trying to paint the picture as
not a date, business.
Yeah, not a date.
Business gathering.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, shout out to Tabitha, says indecent proposal movie vibes.
That's all. It is indecent.
And Rachel says, I don't believe her, none of it.
It's some sketchy business. Let's see if this interviewer can get to the bottom of it. He's doing pretty good so far. He got to do this professionally. He good.
They call it maybe the Ultra Club and things like that, where all the people that have club seats, things like that. Yeah, you have of course conference rooms, other things up there, and back there is where he had his meetings. He met a couple of high-profile people. They were talking about sponsorships. They were talking about interviews, a whole lot of stuff.
No, I still don't think you answered the question. What I'm trying to
get at, what was I doing there?
How did, because I said he had a business meeting and invited you,
Correct.
And you said no. So you didn't fall out the sky. They didn't open up the dome and you came down on a harness into the meeting. So what I'm saying is
hold on, ask your actual question.
So this is what I'm saying. The interview is over. The one-on-one interview is over, correct?
Correct.
What does the conversation sound like to invite you to come here?
Okay.
Because I said you were invited and you said no.
Okay. So no, that's not what I said, but
we're going to play it back.
Nevertheless, so again, he had business meetings there, and he said, well, I got a couple meetings at the game, and these people I think will be good for you to meet. I said, sure.
I mean, come on, who you think you playing with? Like this woman, like I say, either she's extremely naive, which I don't believe, or she just dense and goofy. All right, we know how ninjas move in the hood. Y'all riding around in the Porsche. I got meetings courtside of the game. Yeah, they playing LeBron and them tonight. I got these billionaires, they building skyscrapers. Y'all know what's going on. She's sitting there like, yeah, and the Kudakata going woo woo. And she's sitting there, yeah, so we got a meeting. Think about we meeting. I mean, come on now. You know what's going on.
This is also D-boy tactics. This is what my cousins and uncles and them used to do. Never me. But this is what you do. You find you some hood booger you trying to bust down, and all you do is like, come on. I got to go make some rounds. Come with me. Jump in the Hellcat passenger side, and you about to watch me work. I'm going to go pick up some sacks, pick up a bag, make you count this. You're going to be driving, sitting there smoking. Here, count this out for me right quick. That should be 15 wax. Let me know if it's short. Bringing them into their world. And it's that nature, that primitive nature that's not being respected. Like, come on, man, and stop that.
Seriously. So here we go. And Richai, he says, said the spider to the fly. Yes, Mr. Walker.
Yes, sir.
At the game, and these people I think will be good for you to meet. I said, sure.
And you were the only one from the team that went, or were there other people? I know you were the only interview.
I wasn't at a team then.
No, I'm saying the interview was his staff, his production. Like you have camera people, producers, etc. So the production is over. Did he not only apprise you that he was going and invited you? Were there other production people?
Well,
because we all have gone out together after production.
Correct.
Yes.
Again, you have production people and everything, all that other good stuff. Anton does everything himself.
Yes.
And I do mean all of it. Unless sometimes, like if he has something else going on, there may be another person there because they maybe have to help him with something else. But if it's only like one thing that he's doing outside of his own videos,
sure,
it's only him.
So his wife wasn't there?
At this one, no.
Right. So you flew out for an interview. Mm-hmm. You went to his studio or place of production. Mm-hmm. Y'all did an interview, and it's just you guys. Correct?
So I flew to Detroit, got to the hotel, okay, got to the studio.
He booked a hotel for you, the location.
Correct.
Okay.
Got to the studio. His wife came past the studio. That's when I first met her.
Sure.
But she did not stay.
Okay. Let me ask you this, and I'm not trying to be too investigatory, but it gives foundation. Mm-hmm. How far is the hotel from the studio and from his home, if you knew that?
I've never been to his home. So
well, you don't have to go to a person's home.
You said from his home, so yeah. I don't know.
You don't know that. Okay, fair enough. From the studio. Give or take 5, 10, 15 minutes or more.
I say maybe 10 or 15.
Okay, 10 or 15. So then he says...
It's all downtown.
It's all downtown. So he says, hey, I got this business meeting. I'm going to this game. Would you like to go with me? Mm-hmm. And obviously you said yes because you weren't forced into going.
Not I got this game. I got this meeting.
I had this meeting. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if I'm looking at this picture, are you all on the floor at a basketball game?
Correct, that's the floor.
Okay, at a basketball game.
Correct.
So you went to a basketball game. Did you watch the game?
No, this picture right here, we probably sat on this court maybe 10 minutes.
Oh,
we
I see.
In the back.
So a meeting and then y'all just went on the floor to take a picture?
No, we just went on the floor and we sat there maybe 10 minutes. And then they had their,
sat there 10 minutes to watch a game for 10 minutes?
He wanted to see
a
little bit of the game.
Of course, it was stunting. Don't you get it? He trying to, like say, I don't know. I think it's all dawning on her. Everything is like hindsight 2020. All right. He had you walking around the Palace. Shout out to the Palace in Detroit. All right. Shout out to the Detroit Pistons. And Anton walking around like he owned the joint. I'm about to go into this back room. Come on, let's go into the C-suites. Come on. All right. Let's go down. Let's walk down to the court side. You see them empty seats down there? Those are mine. And so that's why nobody's sitting there. All right. They already paid for. We can go down there. Come on, let's walk down there for a minute. All right, let's go up here. Let's grab a bite. All right, let's do it. So she's sitting there like, man, you own the joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen. Anton is simply taking books out of Kevin Samuels' playbook. Y'all realize this? It's part of the playbook. What do you do when you want to woo a woman? You bring her into your world like he is doing, and she is seeing how productive he is, seeing how accomplished he is, and this is supposed to be alluring. Your woman is supposed to be impressed with how you move through the world. Anton is showing this woman how he moves through the world. and it is impressive. It's an impressive standard. Do you see? That's not up for debate. A woman is going to find that attractive. You don't work. You got all this. You have acquired this kingdom. You move like this.
And this was on the first trip, first time she met him. All this going on. And then she say his wife is around all the time. But then she say she's never around. She wasn't there at the game. She wasn't at the Corey Holcomb stuff. But you say she there all the time, but she never there. Which one is true?
Stop. She can't be there when Anton pitching woo. It is what it is. Listen here. I ain't no hater. I ain't no dirty Mac and Ninja, you know. But this is social media. Y'all do this to yourselves, man. God dang it.
Sat there maybe about 10 minutes. The quarter ended, went right back to the back.
Okay, and was his wife invited with you guys to the business meeting?
I don't know if she was invited or not.
Was she
but
there?
if she was there, no.
She was not there.
Mm-mm.
Okay, in that moment, did you feel awkward?
No, because I was there for a meeting. So
But you had nothing to do with the meeting, right?
Let me finish.
Sure.
I was there for a meeting, right? So he's already having his business dealings, whatever he's going to do. You're in business. You're in this crowd.
Sure.
You absolutely understand that there are networking opportunities. If I know so-and-so and I bring you with me,
Sure.
and so-and-so sees you,
Correct.
oh, you can make networking opportunities. And you also know that it does not happen in a vacuum. It does not happen in offices.
Correct.
It does not happen. You can be at the golfing. You can be at the NBA games, all types of things. So again, kind of like, just like the thing we were talking about with it just being the fact that it's just that person that is the business entity. I also think that when people don't know business or people have never experienced what it's like to network, especially with people that are upper echelon, they don't understand that these things don't happen in just offices. These things don't happen in a particular place. So there are a lot of high rollers and business people. Like there were people there that were part of the NBA,
Sure.
the guy that owns the actual arena.
Yeah. Yeah.
All there.
Yeah.
All the mayor, like all there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, the former mayor.
The former mayor, yeah.
Mhm.
But here's the difference, and you know this because we work together.
Mhm.
I go back to how critical it is for the male that you're working with, particularly when it's sort of independent and we are being seen and these sort of pictures come about. It's important to meet and know your husband. And I'm not saying he isn't a man of character because I don't know Anton, and I'm not here to vilify him. I'm just going based off how things look and what the concerns have been in the public.
I understand, but that's why I don't mind. That's why I don't mind talking about it, because there's nothing nefarious that I ever had going on. And again, I never do anything. And
here's the thing. If there was nothing nefarious going on, you ain't doing a good job of clearing the air. All right. So tonight we talking damage control, but she doing more damage. I mean, my God. So clearly she ain't talked to nobody. She moving to the beat of her own drum, and I don't know.
I don't know. You know, Anton, an odd character. I don't know if he cares about this. It's like to Anton, it seems like any publicity is good publicity. Long as he turned it seems like he don't give a rat's patootie, man. So I see Anton, he'd be like, oh, he got all this stuff going on. I don't know if you noticed, but I'll watch, he still be doing his after hour show. I'll look in right quick. He be just, he likes this. He a weird character. As long as he is popular and in people's conversations, I don't think he gives a crap. I also believe it can prove to be detrimental, but we're gonna see.
There we go. And we got some super chats.
Shout out to Stuntman Kareem. Good to see you, brother. Says she trying to dance around, but he cutting the ring off like Roy Jones Jr. in his prime. Hashtag cinema. Appreciate you, Air Force Reek. Says salute fellas in chat. The real truth will come out when Anton does something disrespectful to her and she wants to get her lick back. Uh-oh. Yeah. Appreciate you, Air Force Reek. Says also, O'Shea has done a video about this. Y'all ninjas late. Well, a lot of folks done this, Air Force Reek.
Yeah, some of y'all watch too much content. I done told y'all, it's the microwave society. All right. It just happened, 2 hours ago?
Shout out to OG Richard Media. Appreciate you. Says he finally succeeds by praising her appearance, calling her witty and wise, and admiring her her gauzy wings and brilliant eyes. He even offers her a looking glass to behold her own beauty from the spider and the fly. I like that. Poetic, OG Richard.
Ah,
Yeah! Boom shakalaka!
shout out to Richard. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate your divine photos. Says she tap dancing like the late Gregory Hines.
Yes, my husband knows.
So your husband knew that you were going to this business meeting.
My husband knew that I was where I was.
No, let's be very clear with language. So I want to be clear with my question.
Okay.
Did your husband know that after the show, the interview was over, you were going to a basketball, you were going to a meeting at an arena where a basketball game was?
I don't remember if I told him before or after, but I did tell my husband.
Okay, you told, but
Of course.
when you say you don't remember
Meaning
before
like-
or after,
meaning like
is
I
it
can't-
fair to say you told him after?
No, it's not fair.
Because how do you not remember that?
Because
I don't
I don't remember everything about that day.
No, but you're a married woman who goes, and I want to be fair to you, but I want us
Because to me, everything that I'm doing is business. So again,
But a married woman doesn't forget if she told her husband she went
no,
somewhere
because
before or after.
No, you're trying to pinpoint a time frame, and I'm telling you, I don't remember my
not a
time
t-
frame.
no, not a
but
time frame.
I tell my husband everything. So yes, I did, and I posted this. This is
Yeah.
my picture.
Yes.
So again, if I was trying to hide it,
So
or
you- do
if I
you-
hold on,
yeah.
if I didn't want my husband to know it, I would have never posted.
So
it.
you think posting it makes you innocuous?
No, I'm telling you that I don't hide anything. I have nothing to hide, and so if I wanted to hide.
Ah,
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
You a liar!
so here we go. Like she say, and here's another thing. Yeah, she thinks she's flying under the radar. She's stealth. Or is her husband just not threatened by Anton? Is that a thing? Are we looking at a severe case of hubris? All right. Well, her husband, if he is what Red Pill Ranger City or Unc B. Streamer says she is, or say he is, you know, this all Captain America guy, is he looking at Anton like, man, this ninja? Yeah, there ain't no way. I know my woman's type. Ain't no way. But them are also famous last words. Ain't no way. Those are famous last words. Be careful.
Listen here, men. Don't do that. Respect human nature. I don't care how big and bad you are. If you are gone too long and your good old wife-minded woman are around men that are comparable to you, there is danger, man. Danger. Because the hunter shall hunt. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Shout out to this interviewer. You think just because you posted the picture means that you are innocent? This is how clever women are. I'm not saying again that she's guilty. Shout out to the brother. The optics are egregious though. But this is why I say women are much better cheaters than men. Men, y'all be cheating. Y'all got to try to keep everything a secret. Women like, I ain't about to keep nothing a secret. Here he is. This is my friend. We ain't doing nothing. That's why I'm always posting pictures. You know about them. I ain't doing nothing. Look at the picture I posted. See? I ain't doing nothing wrong.
Oh, man.
Appreciate you. Yo, it's here. Says, I'm mad she married. Laugh my butt off. Even though had no shot. You don't know that, brother.
Well, look, this coincides to what I said earlier. Like her being a single woman is a content strategy. And the lane she ain't up here in some giving marriage advice in some type of married lane. She's in a sexual single woman's lane, whether she talk about politics or whatever. All right, she giving that popping. She want to come off as a single woman, and y'all ruined it for ninjas like Eric. Like you said, it ruins the allure.
There you go. There you go.
No, I'm telling you that I don't hide anything. I have nothing to hide. And so if I wanted to hide something
Sure.
from my spouse, I would have never.
Let's look at the next picture. I thought the next picture was really, really interesting. And in this next
But
picture,
wait, why are you leaving that one? Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving that one?
what is there more you want to expound?
No, but
Okay.
it's something that you want to expound on because
You said why I'm leaving that picture to go to the next one?
Mhm.
Because I felt like you gave clarity.
Okay.
What I heard you say was it wasn't a basketball game I was invited to. I
Correct.
was invited to a business meeting.
Correct.
I heard you say I went for an interview, and after the interview, I was asked and I accepted the offer.
Okay.
I heard you say that I apprised my husband, or you told your husband this is where you were going. You couldn't remember if it was before or after, but either way, your husband knew. And the final thing you said was you posted the picture.
Correct.
I have nothing further. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Next picture.
That was
I
Anton's
was
tactic
flabbergasted
right there.
by this picture
Okay, tell me why.
because there's no way my wife would be physically touching, leaning on a married man, leaning.
See, one thing y'all don't understand, y'all don't get it. Like she said earlier, this is Hollywood. This is acting. Y'all act like y'all ain't never seen a picture with, like a movie picture. Look at Halle Berry. Halle Berry just did that movie with that white dude. They all hugged up and Halle Berry engaged. Look at some of these women that do movies and stuff, and they take pictures for the movie and they be hooked up on the guy. They just acting, right?
And then they end up being real relationships afterwards. Talking about just acting. The emotions is real. Absolutely the freak not. Absolutely, this is wicked. Listen, right quick, whenever she used the Anton tactic, the tactic of leaning into the argument. The interviewer brought up that picture and had questions. And this is Anton. That picture, that image is optics. As far as optics is kind of damning. But and she knows that, and Anton knows it too. So, but when they come across things like this, they lean into it. So he said, all right, let's move on. She said, no. Why you want to move on? Let's stay there. Even though that's an uncomfortable place for her to be, she said, I want to stay here. That's chess. Let's stay here. And he's like, you already said it. And then, but he properly checked her. Shout out to the brother. He said, you answered every question I had. Why are you trying to stay there? It was simply a tactic to throw you off. No, let's go back to that most uncomfortable picture. She definitely under Anton's instruction. Shout out to Anton.
This is wonky.
Appreciate you, brother EV Ray. Says he said that ninja sat with fleece. No threat.
Yeah, famous last words. Be careful.
On a single man, leaning on another man in a way that suggests I'm feeling you, I like you. This is really some sort of.
Why do you think that says I'm feeling you?
Even if it doesn't say I'm feeling you, I don't want my wife.
Why do you think?
Yeah.
Why do you think that suggests that I'm feeling you? Because
okay, let's
hold on. The reason why I'm asking you, the reason why I'm asking you is I have tons of pictures of our former co-hosts.
Yep.
With the same lean, everything.
But here's the difference.
Hold on.
Yes.
And that person is also a male. All right. And we have a working relationship and it's the same exact type of picture.
But here's the disrespect. This is a married man that you are physically leaning into.
I'm not leaning into.
That to me.
I'm not leaning into.
To me, there's space there. Here's my perspective of it. There's a gap between it, but I'm looking at how you have a smile on your face. This is just my perspective. Your eyes look seductive. Just my perspective. And your arm is relaxed on his upper shoulder.
Correct.
And I would never imagine a married woman leaning on a business male partner that way. That to me is inappropriate. That's if you were my wife, I would have a serious problem. My problem would be so serious, you would have to probably extinguish your contract with him. Just because.
And there we go. So like we say, as far as Anton goes, no harm, no foul. If he's the man and he can move like this in his marriage, it is what it is. His wife's still there. You don't respect your union. You the one looking crazy. Your husband the one looking crazy to his colleagues and the men that respect him. This is viral. This cannot be hid up under a damn rock. Everybody knows about this stuff. Your husband, if he is some respectable man around other respectable men, he's going to lose respect by staying with you after all of this. So that's just what it is.
This is cringe. Yeah, she talking about she ain't leaning into him. There's a scat, there's a space. You know, I'm putting myself in this situation. I'm Anton, and you got some sister, she leaning on your shoulder. I'm looking over, I identify you as single and available now. That's my personal thought. Maybe I'm wrong. I can accept that. But we here and you gonna lean on me. You got a husband. and you touching me, like I don't care. Like the brother said, like let's talk about sexuality. It's a thing. So your eyes look seductive. Your body language, your midriff is out. This is seduction. It is what it is. Y'all get on my nerves trying to ignore this stuff. Stop.
And I will also feel a little uncomfortable that this gentleman obviously did not either push you away or suggest that we shouldn't take this type of picture. I've never met your husband. I fly you out here once or twice. This is this may not be the first time. So which point was this? Not that it matters if it was the third time, the fourth time.
This is the second time.
Oh, goodness. The second time?
This is the second time I'm out there. Not the second time I'm dealing with Anton.
Okay, so and it doesn't matter to me, but what's that gap between the first time you're there, he takes you to a business meeting at a basketball game, and you guys are sitting on the floor like you are
that we're working together? And it's not like that.
Well, that's not working together.
Go back to what you just said.
Is that working together?
No. Go back to what you just said.
Which part?
It's not that. No, you said a couple.
Well, pick one.
No, you said sitting on the floor like you are a couple.
Yeah, listen. I'm not.
But you're interjecting your own thoughts. Especially,
I'm giving you my perspective.
But your perspective is actually.
And here's another side of the coin that ain't nobody talking about. Have they reached a point in that marriage with her husband that maybe he's checked out of it? Maybe he's checked out of this marriage, and maybe she doing this for attention. Like you said, maybe her husband just ain't paying her no mind. He's somewhere on business trips and doing stuff. He's not even worried about this stuff because he don't care. And she's trying to get his attention desperately. Who knows what's going on?
And the only thing that happened, he got a hold of this content. Somebody done sent it to him, and he deleted or deactivated his IG, as Ung B Streamer said, and went waist deep up in some strange kudakata for her transgressions. There we are. And here we are.
Actually, it's after I told you. So to put something else there.
Okay, I see. That's fair. Okay, so
but
I think that's a fair point. I don't want to spin it. What I want to say is messaging imagery is critical because imagery is messaging.
Correct.
And a lot of times on the Jumbotron at a game, we often see couples, whether you're high up or you're on the floor. A lot of times when people are on the floor, you see.
Do you sit at the game?
Do I sit at the game?
Correct.
Yes.
Do you sit at the game on the floor?
I have.
No. Do you all the time?
No.
Okay. All right. So who have you met at these games on the floor?
This is my show, not yours. I'm not answering the question.
Okay. And the reason is
I get you. Your show, then we can get into that.
However,
I'm not answering
the reason I asked you is to give perspective, right?
Yes.
Because what I found, okay, because I'm usually in the skybox.
Yes.
When I'm here in DC, I'm in my box. I don't like to be down on the floor. That's not my thing.
Sure.
On the floor, there are family members there. They are some of those people. A lot of them are like business seats.
Yep.
So anybody from these law firms, offices, are down there on the floor.
Yep.
That I've never known who sits down on the floor because I don't care and I don't sit there, right? But by being there, I found out who was actually down there: family members, business partners, all of that. That's what I met.
Listen,
so hold on.
Yes.
So again, I'm not disputing your perspective as far as people that don't know, right? That's fair. But when you are in that world and you are in the know, and you know more than just I would say the popular culture of who might sit down there, right? Because you might see your favorite rapper, things like that. But all those people that are sitting beside the rapper, you absolutely don't know why they're there.
But two married people shouldn't be sitting together without their spouses.
No. Now, see, and here we are again with you going back to something that's not, because you are essentially saying that I cannot do any business dealings with somebody that is in business because that person is married.
And here we go. That's the question. So does that make a man insecure? Is a man insecure if you don't trust your woman to go, to a basketball game, sit courtside with another man, be up in his studio late night? They can hang out in the hotel. Is that insecurity in the man that you can't trust your lady?
Context. You gotta have context. I ain't gonna never catch me saying depends. We need context. All right. Okay. Oh man, do something. I don't know. FaceTime your man while you there on the floor. You know, shout out to my wife. She got a high, higher up position. She a boss chick. She be, got to go wheeling and dealing. At the same time, these type of business situations don't arise. My wife ain't about to call me and FaceTime me. She on the floor seats with some rich CEO ninjas, but there you go. That's what I would say. Do that. If you out here, sisters, respect your man. You out here on the floor with another dude, FaceTime your man. Say, hey, look, Anton, look at my husband. Yeah, bring him into the I can't stress that enough. Because if your man don't leave your respectable man room to have to wonder and ponder what you doing, where you at, what's going on. That's a technical foul. He ain't never somebody say, hey, where your woman at? I know exactly where she at. I know what she doing. I know because she showed me. She told me. But to find out stuff like this after the fact, like I said, the optics are damning. I don't care if they ain't never did anything. The optics. Appreciate your football junkie. Been a member for 31 months. We appreciate you. Says if they shared the room, he definitely clapped. No, I don't think they shared the room. Appreciate you, Evie Ray. Says the interviewer meeting her husband. Zesty. Yeah, hey, he said, I ain't answered no question about who he met on the floor. Yeah, he met his buddy. Shout out to Rachel. Better say it 3 times. Says, knock it off. She had 3 or 4 getting paid. Stop it. She won't stop.
I mean, man, here we go.
Somebody that is in business because that person is married.
No, what I'm saying is somebody who's never met your husband.
Because if I go out with you or anybody
and
else,
I met your husband.
Okay, but
the former host has met your husband.
But we've already talked about that.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is, you're saying because you don't know when you're looking at that picture. You don't know if you met him or not.
I know he hasn't met your husband. When I looked at that picture, and maybe because I have inside knowledge.
Yeah, that's why. So my point is, you don't know.
But I don't have to know to know that that's inappropriate. Let me say this. And maybe you just don't see it. You can't see how this could be construed.
That's not what I said.
Okay, so do you see this as being inappropriate?
We just talked about what it can look like imagery-wise.
So let me ask you, forget the imagery. Is this inappropriate to you?
From my perspective, it wasn't, because that's not what I was doing. But I told you, I can understand why people might have thought that, but I literally did not have anything going on or anything. Like, there's nothing inappropriate going on. So me just leaning didn't seem like an issue to me.
Okay, so here's some hard questions I really, really need to ask you. First one is, it may not be as hard, but here it is. Are you going to continue working with Anton?
Well, I have not been on after hours since the whole incident happened.
That's not answering my question.
I'm not finished.
Okay.
So I haven't been on after hours since the incident happened. And I felt that, there were a lot of things that I did not like about everything that went on. So with that, I decided to pull away from the show. So no, I am not.
Is that a permanent termination?
I am not.
Permanent termination?
Yes. I was only doing one show.
Okay, so you're no longer a part of it. Here's another very challenging question, but I have to ask you. I just have to ask you. Have you and Anton ever had sex?
No.
Any?
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
You a liar.
That's a lie. We don't know. She said no. Look, she looking at all the cameras. No. Where's my husband? Let me look at this camera. Hubby, I've never done it. She never did it. So the title of tonight's show, Damage Control. For the record, Micca is not Anton's side chick. All right. Have you ever done it? No. And what did he just ask her right before that?
He asked her, are you going to continue to work with Anton?
Oh, yeah, she has not. She has not been on the show since they came back from the whole Corey Holcomb ordeal. So she walked away. She felt like, he ain't stand up for her.
She said she didn't like how some things played out. Oh my goodness. I don't know. See, I don't see anything saying that's like giving me telltale signs that she's lying. It's just the conversation. Shout out to it's powerful yet delicate, manhood. Because my goodness, like the fact that somebody got to ask your woman, is she sleeping with another man? Come on. It's the thoughts, the questions, like where your mind gotta go. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Stuff like this. Shout out to Kevin Samuel sisters. Learn how to properly apologize and make amends for offenses. Like this is a heavy offense, and you got to sink deep into your feminine nature. Be most feminine and submissive with your mouth. You feel me? Like seriously, learn how to apologize for egregious insults like this.
Man.
Money. Appreciate your stuff, man, Kareem. So this brother was doing these questions while he was good on his toupee. He ain't missed yet. He definitely got her in a trick bag. Yeah, shout out to Brother Q. He said that his hairline a little suspect. It's a little too sharp. Appreciate you, Brother Frederick Howard. Been a member for 25 months. Says, lies, Micca, you a chameleon. Huh? You don't believe that face? Shout out to Petty Sama coming through like you do. We appreciate you coming through, gifting 10 single by choice memberships per usual.
Appreciate you, brother.
Come on, just bring it. I need you to stand up while y'all not moving. Come on. Don't make me push. Thank you, sir. There go money. She touching you. Where they get that money? I can see money from a long way.
Elder Gregory Kelly,
That's right. Come
$100.
on. Everybody get something in your hand. Come on and put it right here.
Elder Petty Sama, 10 memberships.
So here we go. I'm going to let this play. It's a short film. I see Tasha K just put this up. I guess she interviewed Micca as well. But I guess it's on her website, so she only dropped a little short. But here we go.
Did you go to Detroit to see him for business?
I went to Detroit, correct.
Okay, so and then you guys went to a Detroit basketball game and sat courtside.
Correct.
Okay, and you did other things out together on a business trip, correct?
No. So from there, went right back to the studio.
And his wife didn't mind you going along to the game?
No, I told you, his wife understands his business dealings, and she's there 90% of the time, if not 999% of the time. She's just usually off camera.
But she wasn't with you that day at the game.
No, she was not.
Your husband could take another woman to a basketball game?
And it ended here. Shout out to Tasha K. Yeah, go to the website, sign up to see the interview. Nonetheless, everybody grilling this woman. Like you say, can your husband? She just sat there, now she thinking. And she gonna say yes if it's a business relationship like mine. It's all damage control and saving face. You ain't gonna get no honesty.
Shout out to Tasha. I like that. I know where Tasha's line of questioning went. Shout out to Tasha K. Are you comfortable with your man taking a woman courtside? She gonna say yes, save face, like you said. Then would you be comfortable with your man talking to a woman away? Anton tends to talk to you. Well, how does he talk to me? The flirting, you look good and he want to dunk you and chew on you type stuff. Yeah, now y'all, so she know this is out of bounds. Like y'all said in the chat, show your husband.
Man, and I see y'all, shout out to Dre. I see you say people are playing the interview. Egregious. Yeah, that's out of pocket. I wouldn't do it. Yeah. I mean, it's up on her site for a reason. Like I said, somebody got something behind the paywall. If you're a real creator, there's respect in the room. Anybody who's doing it, they don't care about their channel. They ain't a real creator. They just up here trying to go viral or whatever.
Yeah, they just uploading other folks' content, not adding value. Yeah, that's really YouTube 101.
Reviewing it if it's off her website. Like she said, she charged $12 a month or whatever. You got to go to TashaK.com. That's where most of her content is. So people go over there and then bring it to YouTube. Yeah, she gonna flag the hell out of your channel. Strike the hell out of you.
There you go.
Yeah, that's egregious.
Appreciate you, Air Force Reek. Says she doesn't understand how optics work. For most people, what it looks like is what it is. And that is fair as heck. We are in the age of mixed reality. I can't stress that enough. Be careful with your optics. That goes for all of us. Appreciate you, DD. Always telling on business. Says this is a classic example of silence is golden. Amen. Had she kept her mouth shut, this whole matter would have gone away. But then money would have been missed, DD. Got to get that money. And that interview one for the free.
That part. And as y'all see, now she on the Chitlin circuit. Shout out to Richard Media. She doing interviews. Even Corey Holcomb, they say, would you go on the Corey Holcomb show? Corey done invited her. Corey Holcomb said, yeah, come on out. And they say, would you do it? I think this dude gonna ask her. Matter of fact, so we're gonna go back over here. But yeah, nonetheless, it's Micca. Let me take this back. She's saying no, but it's yes.
Ask you. I just have to ask you. Have you and Anton ever had sex?
No.
Any?
Hold on. No.
Okay. Any sexual relations?
No. It's always been strictly professional. And
you could be professionally sexual.
Oh, I would know.
Well, that's
so again, it's always been strictly professional. Like I said, Anton has a persona online.
Okay.
I get his persona online, but personally, Anton hasn't done that to me.
Okay. What happened between him and Corey Holcomb? Because the 5150 show, from what we all saw, you were there with Anton, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see you, but clearly Corey said your name. And I even saw a video that he said Micca could come and do the show. She could come here. I would love for her to come. What happened that was not visible to the public that you can share? Like, we saw a lot, but was there anything behind the scenes? Were the guys agitated initially? I remember, I think I saw something where you said that it was actually on your own show. You said, hey, Corey shook my hand. I met him and he knew I was there. What happened?
Okay, so we got to the studio and
let's back up a little.
Okay.
Again, here's another invitation, correct? It's another invitation from Anton, an invitation.
No. Well, no.
Corey, did Corey invite you?
No. So this is how this rolled out.
Sure.
So
She just likes saying no.
Anton decided to put together a podcast tour that he was going to do, and that he's still on, actually, that he was going to go to different locations. Cool. I am the only person on Anton's program that is an actual content creator, not a panelist, not a guest. I'm an actual content creator. So,
why are you the only one?
Because I'm the only one that wants to do content outside of Anton.
Are you the only beautiful one on his team?
That's subjective. But there's other pretty women there. But whatever you think, that's what you think. But there's other women.
Do you think you look better than his wife?
No, I'm not going to answer that question because that's
no.
just ridiculous.
I mean, again, these are things that were sent to me. People have said, "Can you please ask her how she feels?"
Why would I answer that? Why would I subject another woman to answering something that is absolutely insane?
And now that was wild. I mean, man, I guess he's saying people were sending in questions, but come on now, son, you got to vet some of this stuff out. That was just wonky. Do you look better than his wife? I mean, granted, I get if she would have answered it, but it's wild. That's a wild ass question, man.
Yeah, when ain't nobody sending that in, even if they did, that's a conjure excuse. The people was chatting this, it ain't me. But yeah, like stop. I don't respect that. You asking a question on social media, yeah, the messenger can get kicked down the pit, as y'all see. Absolutely not, brother. I stand on that question. And this is where, like, y'all know I'm not quick to throw zesty allegations, but man, oh man, but they get away with this stuff. I believe if this was a more masculine, non-submissive brother, she would probably have more pushback. But since he a little softer, he getting away with this, Mr. X, because I don't think alpha male strategies could have got away with that because they get a little bit more triggered. But she like, you are you, so
fair enough. Go ahead.
And it's disrespectful.
And that picture was disrespectful.
But she was there.
She was there at the second one?
Yes.
That second picture?
Yes.
Did she take the picture of you leaning on her husband?
I sent you the video. Why play that?
I'll show that video when she was sitting on his lap.
And what were we doing in the video?
I think I saw you in the back, and maybe y'all were doing a show or something.
Yeah, we were doing an after-hour show.
And he told his...
This is some of the most awkward-ish. I mean, My God, I don't even want to go into great detail about what I'm seeing because it's just too much. Anton is diabolical, all right, which he claims to be. And he
Come on, he is diabolical. Y'all don't understand the character that is Anton. Anton is on a lifelong revenge tour. Yeah, y'all don't. Everybody got a little hurt. Every villain has an origin story. Anton, and y'all know I got respect for my shorter brothers, man. Anton's a little stubby, portly ninja. One never popular. These things tend to follow men. I don't know why. And now he like, you know what? I've worked hard, however which way, got my push of the King's Gold. Now y'all all about to feel me. I'm out here. I'm disrespecting folks' marriages, even though I'm a Christian first. I'm disrespecting folks' marriages. I'm King Dangalang. I'm up here, and he walk around with his cojones out. That's what he doing, and he ain't gonna stop.
Back and maybe y'all were doing a show or something.
Yeah, we were doing an after hour show.
And he told his wife to come on over and sit down.
But now,
I think you're using
no.
That isolated.
No, that's not isolated. That was the entire day. So
no, I mean isolated your history with him.
No.
Okay.
That the only one that she hasn't that she wasn't at was the first one at the game. Outside of that, Rita is there. Now I'm not in charge of her schedule.
And that's even scarier.
She's there most of the time, which
well,
is 99.99% of the time.
I don't know her. I haven't spoken with her.
She does a lot of the business dealing. She does the emails. She does the scheduling because she actually scheduled my flight.
Sure.
She does those. So Anton is not the person that actually does it. He has an assistant, but a lot of the times his wife does it.
Yeah. And you do have husband-wife business partners. Yeah.
Tons of them.
Yeah. And sometimes those individuals, wife or husband, can be accepting of different arrangements.
Okay, but what does that have to do with me? My arrangement is business and personal.
Right, that's what I mean.
Personal.
That's what I mean. That arrangement. Yeah.
So no, it's not an arrangement. It's an actual business.
No, it's an arrangement by
matter.
A contract.
Words matter.
Yeah.
And the
I'm very fastidious when it comes to words.
I know, and you're also a fast talker. So I pick up on it.
I'm not that fast.
You fast, but I listen.
Sure.
However, no, she does a lot of the booking, so she knows who's coming in and out and things like that. But like I said, that last one that we were just talking about, she was there the entire time. That's why in the video I sent you, she just came on in. She had been sitting there the entire day.
Okay, going back to Corey. So you were there, you arrived, and the show starts.
No.
Well, let's get past everything else and just get to the crux of it.
Okay.
What do you think really set off either Corey or Anton?
At what part?
At any part. You were there, so you may have witnessed or have seen characteristics that could have been combustible and sort of inflamed them.
I think both of them set each other off because you have two men that are good at what they do, two men that are trying to get their point of view across as what is the best view.
Sure.
And they don't not only not agree on political things. They don't agree on certain values.
But what's the issue? Because it seems like Corey doesn't like that Anton allegedly espouses white America's thinking, or he minimizes black people, or his role as a conservative prowess, if you will, seems to demean and diminish the light of black Americans. And Corey is perturbed and turned off by that. And Corey, therefore, or maybe Anton Corey said something about sucking, male parts or something. And I think what actually happened? I can't remember who said what.
So
I think Corey said
kissing white people's behind. Yeah. And then Anton said, well, you sucked black people.
Yes.
And he just didn't like the sucking comment.
Yeah. Now I was disturbed that honestly Corey was that upset. I mean, I get the respectability component.
I thought it was just a bat because you just said, I kiss somebody's butt. So I'm just up in this one. Well, you do this to black people. And a lot of people, use that.
Yeah, but in the urban black community, you can't say to another man, suck something. But I also think Anton had a right to say what he said about you can't tell me that I'm kissing somebody's behind.
Correct. And you can't tell somebody how they feel about the disrespect.
Oh man. So they going back down this rabbit hole. And it's just like you say, I wasn't to say either to a man, but he gonna sit here and say he was disturbed that Corey was offended. What you mean you disturbed that a man was offended? Somebody told him something about gawking. You should be why can't he be disturbed? I mean, should he accept that? What do you mean?
Oh my goodness. Shout out to this dude, man. You know, I believe this sister got a little bit of training from Anton because Anton is in this room. Her just, you know, her mannerisms, she definitely learned something from that little shrewd businessman. But what was it? One question I would have asked, because he asked these questions, he is trying to get to something. Was there any sexual tension? I know a genius question to ask. All right. Say, all right, doing all these business meetings, what kind of bloomers were you sporting, huh? Were you wearing, coverall underwear, some granny panties? Or did you have on your tongs? And was you shaving to a turtle wax shine? Because if so, gotcha. See that? There's a little insidious question to get to the sexual tension, because that's the thing women do. They go on a date and they want to not give in to hunching. They gonna wear egregious underwear because they ain't about to take them off in front of you.
There you go. So yeah, they back up here. Like I said, I think Corey Holcomb got every right to be disturbed. The problem is he ain't do a damn thing. So,
comment.
That's
so
correct.
Some people may not feel that, oh, well, saying because you kiss white men, but if you feel the way Corey feels, then maybe you don't, because you think it's appropriate.
I think Anton handled that so respectfully.
I thought the exchange, was warranted how both of them went, but I didn't think it needed to be elevated to where.
And I say respectfully in the sense that Anton didn't allow it to get physical, because I thought Corey was about to dog him. When if Anton had said one more time what Corey told him not to say, for some reason I thought, wow, he may punch him. But then I was disappointed to see two black men.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either.
I didn't like it. One, because there were myself and Darlene and other females in the studio.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. Especially with men, I think you should be able to handle things cordially.
Why did Corey call you a bitch?
I don't know why he called me one, honestly.
Yeah. Are you going on the show? Will you go?
Am I going on his
Corey
show?
Yeah.
No, not to my knowledge.
But I think publicly he said Micca could come. If Corey invited you to 5051, will you show up?
Probably not. And the reason why
You a lie, and the truth ain't in
she
you.
absolutely will. Like she said, are you going? Not to my knowledge, but would you go? Probably not. Yes. If Corey reached out to her formally and paid for the flight, and like she said, the hotel room, she on the 5150. I mean, she on your show, brother, respectfully. Like I said, go check this brother out, the perspective. But if she pull up on you, why wouldn't she?
There you go. That's why, and that's exactly what I got from that as well. If the price is right, she gonna go. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just tell the daggone truth. Say maybe. See that would have got respect. Ain't nobody respecting these weak answers. Not to my knowledge. What you mean? It's you. If nobody knows, even if it's not to your knowledge, it's you. If you don't know, then nobody knows. What we talking about? Stop. Appreciate your Rachel. Says, heck, yes, this 304 looks much better.
Oh, there you go.
I say that is the same way, I can accept an apology. I can accept somebody saying a wrongdoing. I accept people make mistakes, and I'm not putting that above anything. But I understand what that show is now, and so I don't think I fit the audience too much, and I don't think I would provide any value.
What is it that you want people to walk away with today? What truth do you want people to walk away with? And what more do you want to say about all of what we discussed today? Anton, Corey, your business relationship, your husband. We've touched on so many categories. So let's start with the first one. What truth do you want people to walk away with?
Not what truth. There's only the truth.
Sure.
The truth really honestly is that there are lessons. There are.
Oh, this is good. I love lessons. What's the lesson that you extracted from this experience? Because your life was speaking to you. Do you understand that?
I learned a valuable lesson. Outside of your wordsmithing,
Well,
outside of your wordsmithing, I do think it is important for your spouse to meet everybody. Right?
Thank God we made progress.
Oh no, I wasn't ever not agreeing with you.
Sure.
I just still wanted you to understand that there wasn't anything nefarious there.
Yeah. On whose part?
On
yours, because you can't speak for anyone else.
Correct.
Yes.
But so I didn't want that to be misconstrued in what you were asking.
Sure.
But I do think it's
and that's the point of it all. About can men and women be friends? Like she said, wasn't nothing nefarious there. And he said, on whose part? Well, she and even that could be a lie. But if it's the truth, you can only speak for yourself. You don't know what that man thinking. I mean, at the end of the day,
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts.
Your thoughts ain't his thoughts. A man is more than likely always trying to clap cheeks.
Men will hunt just to pass the time. It's in the nature. This is why I say respect human nature. Shout out to good brother Q. I got it from him. Respect human nature. I don't give a dang what you think. I don't give a dang what your religion is. I don't care how many times you pray, trying to pray the horny away. Respect human nature. We are sexual creatures. As long as you respect that, things will be okay. But respecting that means ain't no having these female, male, all we buddy. We have heard way too many stories of these women talking about having these long time friends, and all of a sudden 1, 2, 15 years down the line, they end up hunching, and half the time end up pregnant. No, stop the madness.
Important because if and not that he would even be online talk, because he's not going to do that.
Sure.
But just to be able to have that sense of, if something like this happens, you understand, other people can have an understanding that that person definitely knows what's going on, even though he does. Absolutely. I've told him this, that, and third goes on. This is what we're doing. This is the paperwork. This, blah, 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 whatever. But when you have somebody, like you or others that are asking questions, I don't have to try to defend something that isn't happening, that absolutely isn't happening. And so I think the best way to put it is not having to make something a thing when it's not a thing, and not having to have things appear a way, because I can tell you in each one of those pictures, that's literally just chilling the entire time.
And most importantly, if I can impose, making your family a priority, making your husband
my family's definitely a priority.
Well, again, we're talking about imagery. The public doesn't know behind the scenes. You're a public figure. You do a show. I do a show. You put things out there, and you have to be responsible for the images that you put out, but also the images that you are participating in, and be a very conscious, clear, and very divine woman who walks with the knowledge of knowing that any man that you deal with as a married woman should meet your husband if it's a contractual ongoing relationship. It doesn't mean that some new guy starts working at the job, your husband needs to know. No, but if you're doing business and if this person you're opening your life up to, you're flying somewhere, God forbid you could have flown somewhere and that would have been your last flight.
Well, I mean, that can happen regardless whether my husband meets somebody or not.
Yeah, but it's critical to have your husband an integral part of your decisions when you're out here making them.
And he's still, and my husband's very much a part of my decisions, because again, I don't move.
She's not listening. She has the need to be right. So yeah, she's like, oh, that could happen even if this or that is that. There, she don't want to take in any information. Nothing is absolute, but it's probability over possibility, and she just ain't trying to hear it because she got it all under control.
You know, I like to think that she sound this way when she talking to her girlfriends. She make it seem like she's very submissive. I don't do anything without my husband. When you talking to your girlfriends doing brunch with the endless mimosas, are you sitting there with this same submissive attitude? Or are you talking your big, strong boss chick talk? I do what I want. I got stuff to do. He just got to go along with it because that's our perception. Your man just got to go along with it. Because I ain't seeing that man in the chat or Gavin X and I, we definitely don't agree with this type of behavior. So it sounds like you just do what you want. Shame on your husband. Appreciate your Porter. Says, should have asked if their hotel rooms were separate or conjoining. Huh? Y'all got that little door between y'all rooms?
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
And her answer would be, ain't no conjoining when you in the penthouse.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Next question.
I mean, I have to explain to my husband where I'm going. I don't get to just get up and go.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so that's always there. But what I'm talking about, one, the public wouldn't even know whether I did or didn't.
Yeah.
So me giving you this interview and telling you that it's something that the public would never even know.
Yeah. But let's remove the public thinking for a second and just perhaps think about maybe how your husband felt. I can't. I'm not going to speculate how. Well, let me ask you this: do you think all the images plastered all over social media, he felt good?
I'm not going to do that either.
You're not going to do what?
I'm not going to say what my husband felt like. My husband.
Did you and your husband have a conversation?
Figure, so I'm not going to.
Right. I'm right, but I'm just saying. Did you and your husband have a conversation about what he was exposed to? He sees images on social media.
Oh, you mean, okay, so are you talking about this incident?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, now go ahead and answer the question.
So what I'm saying is, when your husband sees these images, what I'm saying is, it's not important what the public sees or thinks, but it's perhaps what your husband and your family feel when they open up YouTube.
So those pictures have been sitting there for a year.
Well, not just those pictures. I'm just saying the most recent thing when you went with Anton to Corey's show, and there was a recent conversation about you being the side chick. So
that's what you're talking about. Yeah. The images are not.
But those images corroborated. But those images corroborated a narrative that people wanted to put out there. That they had something to use.
Well, they have. You can. Let me rephrase it this way. You can use whatever you want to create a narrative, but again, those images have been on my Instagram for over a year.
And that's a beef I had with you. Why is this man on your Instagram and not your husband?
Ooh. So I don't want to put that in.
Oh.
Because
but do you understand?
Then that pulled me to pulling his mindset in, and he's not sitting here talking.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But no other males. So these are the takeaways.
What?
No males on your Instagram.
I wasn't finished. So we have the lessons.
Yes.
And we have
So what was the first lesson again you said you got from this?
Oh, just
and it's just wicked work. So it's pure clout chasing. It is what it is. You know, all at what cost? She operating on the same theory. She just want publicity. So yeah, she got these pictures with Anton. Yeah, she wants y'all to think something or another. Just keep her name in y'all mouth. But it don't work like that for you. You don't get the benefits of it. Like you say, shout out to her, over there trying to grow her platform. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Wow. What? Wait a minute. What response did she give to that checkmate question? The brother said, the beef I got with you is why Anton on your IG, but your husband ain't. No, I ain't no way you can spin that technical foul ejected from the game. I'd be daggone. Absolutely. The optics are damning once again. What was her
IG? It's it right here. So it's a couple pictures, I guess, with a few men. I guess she'd be clout chasing. I don't know.
Woman, where your husband at? Miss X, you said it, and I don't respect it, but I get it. Like you said, it's in her best interest the way she moving to present single. That can help her get it. Absolutely the freak not. No, it's this world. Oh, there you go. I respect that picture. Yeah, that's only what I like.
Davis,
absolutely not.
Akon.
Nope. No, stop. Wait. Stop right here. Stop that picture. Look at. No. You think my woman about to be chilling with a ninja that's building a city in Africa and got one-off motorcycle? You keep letting your wife go and be introduced to other successful men's worlds. CeeLo, does that make me crazy?
Yeah, clout chaser. I mean, some folks, y'all must understand this, the internet. A lot of people want to be famous by any means. I'm glad, me and Mr. Walker, we ain't got that bug. We just up here grinding and, getting it out the mud. Some people want to go viral and just, be well for whatever reason. Some people got that itch and they want it.
You know what? I used to think, there was some kind of weird childhood insecurity, Mr. X, but no, you're right. I don't care if mother suckers don't know I exist. Yeah, but some folks, they need to be noticed. What? That's a wicked curse. I don't need to be noticed at all. I could be invisible. Don't bother me.
So there we go. She's taking pictures with everybody. Yo Gotti, you name it. So some of these pictures, this goes back to 2019. So she been on the scene. All right, she got music videos over on her channel. She sings and raps and dances and all that. I don't know.
Okay, she's an entertainer, sister. There's a lifestyle and dangers that come along with that. The fact that folks don't respect that get on my nerves.
Yeah, so man.
Appreciate you, OG Richard, always supporting, brother. Says Mr. Walker, I'm picking up a bit of liberal disposition with this woman. This is edgy. Could there be a female in her closet? I would not be the slightest bit surprised, OG. The chat even saying it. Saying maybe her and Micca was bumping donuts.
Money.
Appreciate you, brother Derek. Says what should have been understood is don't put yourself in compromising situations when she is married, but she will because she is chasing the money and fame, and she will do it again. She hasn't learned. Yeah, I didn't know she was that much of an entertainer. Shout out to that brother. You got all these pictures, all these celebrities. You should love and respect your man, your champion enough to make sure folks know who he is. Shame.
Well, there you go. So yeah, Anton is just her latest ploy. Actually, Anton is her greatest mark. Like some of these guys is celebrities, and she they know the game. They've been dealing with women like me. They can see me from a mile away, but she's seen Anton as a mark. Like, look at him. He adores me. Oh yeah, I can be the puppet maestro. Yeah, she had him, but I don't know what left.
You let him off the hook. That's it. We talk about that. These sisters, they may not be the brightest, but they are clever as a fox. They can identify a mark and a trick, and they will use him accordingly. There you go. She had one. She had a whale. Things just went left. All these are allegations, allegedly. However, if things would have went Anton's way, I think, from how he talks about flying them out and busting them down, this would have been one of his sexy little secrets.
So what the takeaways are: first, lessons. Understanding that even though this is all business, this is above board, the public may perceive something a certain way, and you just have to be aware of how they may perceive it, even if it's not that.
Correct.
So not to give the public something to make a thing when it's not a thing, and having to defend a lie, because now when people ask me a question about that situation, it's to defend something that absolutely never happened.
Yeah.
And you cannot defend a lie.
What's the next takeaway?
The next takeaway is just to make sure that it's everything is contractual, right? So even though if me and you are my manager, just to make sure everything is contractual, even with the third party.
Next takeaway. If there's a next, I don't want to just line them up for you.
No, opposite of that, it's just, honestly, I think just overall, just to make sure that you're just not giving people things that they think are going on, not to let stuff linger, because I'm a very private person.
That's the Pisces in us.
Yeah, I'm a very private person, and again, I'm not doing anything nefarious. And so sometimes when I hear things, I'll say, okay, well, people are gonna just talk. I don't give life to it because it's not true.
Do you like a little bit of the attention?
I've always got attention.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
No, I've always got,
that's not what I'm asking.
No. I've always got.
You
attention.
can't modify my question. This is called perspective. It's my perspective.
And this is my perspective of your answer.
Okay. This is what I had to go through being her executive producer, y'all. This is what I had to go through.
So the attention from the negative stuff, absolutely
no. Do
not.
you like attention from men?
No.
Okay.
I like attention to what I'm doing.
Are you happily married?
I'm definitely happily married.
Are you bored in your marriage?
No.
Okay. Just people. You wanted me to ask the questions.
They want you to be messy.
No.
Listen, let's call it thing.
Yeah. Well, at this point,
You're a liar.
That's a lie.
The woman you feel in you is the devil. Why? The devil is the spirit of a lie.
Yes.
Huh? You're a liar.
I mean, you're not gonna get any honesty. The title of tonight's show is Damage Control. She's here to paint pictures, and try to change your image. I see some folks say, hey, y'all need to get her on the Regal Rumble, this and that. For what? Ain't nothing to ask these folks. You ain't gonna get no honesty out of anybody. What do you mean?
And we ain't got the money for her. Yeah, she here for to get some bread. Yeah, she got pictures with A-list celebrities she got to be taken. I get it, but I don't give a crap. This is wicked. We talk about relationships and dating, and shout out to the interviewer. He said, "Are you bored of your marriage?" Because she talking about she private Pisces who gives a Rasputin, but you ain't that private. You are a social media personality. You are an influencer to a degree. You out here in these YouTube social media streets. You can't afford to be that private. See what I'm saying? You come up here, you can't have it both ways. You got to be transparent. Otherwise, you're going to start getting repercussions like this. The allegations ain't going away just because you say I'm private. No, I still believe your marriage is on the rocks and things is shaky as heck. Y'all are entertainers. Y'all ain't going home, laying up in the couch in y'all comfortable clothes and your soft pants. Out there, Mrs. Raquel Rose, sitting here drinking wine, having lovey-dovey moments. No, things is wonky.
At best, so.
Appreciate your sister Tabitha. Says, how long has she been married? Modern bride? Yeah, it seemed that way.
The thing, they want you to be messy. They want you to hold on. This is the internet. They want you to be messy. They want you to be all in my business, and they want you to get something out of me that isn't there. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem in my marriage. Most of y'all didn't even know I was married because this is why. And two, outside of.
What do you mean?
What?
That's wild. Look at her.
Because this.
Yeah, look at that face, man.
Hell to the no. To the no, here to the no.
Most of y'all didn't know I was married. What do you mean? Do you not respect and honor? Like you said, nobody asked you to bring the man on camera, whatever, show a marriage certificate. It don't have to be that granular. But for you to parade around and never mention it and allow people to assume that you are single and that you out here being bust down by folks, that's just wicked.
Facial expressions are telling. The majority of communication is nonverbal. Huh? You coming up here talking about this is why I didn't want y'all to know I was married because of how messy y'all are. What mess can you throw into a wholesome relationship or marriage? Ain't no mess to throw. You only can be messy when there's mess. When you see what I'm saying? Stop bucking your ass. That's that spirit coming out of her. Didi, where you at, Didi? I know you got her.
I mean, man, just up here lying right now. Where we at?
I baptize you in the name of Jesus. Have your way, Lord. Have your way, Lord. Have your way, Lord.
This is why. And two, outside of outside of entertainment, just like your girl Beyonce, it's none of your damn business.
Yeah, she keeps it tight seal.
What try to, at least before the elevator.
Yeah.
But my point is the general public is only, with anybody that's in the public, it's only preview to what you let them know. Now, a lot of them want to dig, a lot of them want to, find something salacious, this and that. That's fine because people like drama. But
do you think it was embarrassing to your husband?
To do what?
No, not to do anything. Do you think the
headline?
The memes, the headlines?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was embarrassing to me because it wasn't true.
Yeah. Did he express to you how he felt?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, it was embarrassing to me because it wasn't true.
What did he say?
About
how he felt.
He didn't like it, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And
is that the reason why you walked away from the show with Anton?
No.
What was that reason? We're going to close this out. What was that reason why you walked away?
No, the reason why I chose to walk away is one, it wasn't true, but I don't need.
What was it true? The side chick?
Yes.
Okay.
The headline wasn't true. It was, and Corey said this out of his own mouth. I was just trying to get at he called him the N-word.
Sure.
And I understood it. I was the person caught in between, the casualty, whatever. But when somebody of that caliber says something and the general public doesn't know much about you, they can create all types of narratives.
Yep.
And so because they don't know much about me and they know Anton,
well, there lies the problem. This is why you should have led with your marriage. This is why you should have always brought your husband in the room. Then none of us would be mistaken, because there is a woman that's on the show with Anton. There's a married sister up there, and she's always talking about her husband, and everybody's respecting her as a wife. But you ain't leading with that because you trying to sell sex on the internet through whatever, cleavage and shoulders, oils, whatever you doing respectfully. But you've been up here lying. So don't sit here and try to blame everybody else. If you would have led with that, maybe Anton would have respected you as a wife if you would have presented that.
Facts on facts on facts. Yes, I can hear Anton saying if he really wanted to get messy and diabolical, he'd be like, she never mentioned her husband. I can see that's valid. It's wicked, but it's valid. She never mentioned her husband. She never brought you into the room, Ninja. Shane, see how it always goes back to the man? Again, shout out to this wild interviewer. He said, how did your husband feel about it? This is the second time he had to come back to this question. Man. The first time she glazed over, but now she answered it. Said, what did your husband feel? He didn't like it. He didn't like, no. And you see how her face got, they had a knockout argument over this. This man came home to headlines talking about your wife is the side chick to the man. She's always around, but you ain't never met him. Some situations are impossible to fix. I hate this. If this is a desirable man by women's standards, this is about over. This relationship gonna end because the headlines don't go away. Appreciate your brother Derek. Says she wants to use the old way of succeeding, casting couch mambo, and then cry about being essayed in the future if she makes it. And this is kind of what we was hitting on, talking about, Anton being a mark. I do believe that's part of it. Want to see if he overreaches. Go ahead and overreach for this coup d'etat, and then there's going to be allegations. That is an angle.
I mean, have we learned nothing from, the whole Dittler, and there's just so much going on. The X-Files, even now look at the Tyra Banks and the Next Top Models. Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks is under fire right now. So all this flued out and all this stuff, man.
Yeah, I seen something. They said Tyra Banks wasn't protecting these women. I don't know what.
Yeah, they was doing a lot more worse stuff than that. So stuff we can't talk about on YouTube, but yeah.
Oh my, I would have never imagined. Shout out to Divine. It's too much. Says, would a private person during an interview with the brother and Tasha K while talking about you don't like being messy? Tell her, Divine, she clout chasing. Pathetic. Appreciate you. DD says, you know, I got it. Thanks, guys, for the freeze frame.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Appreciate you, DD. Standing on business. Come through, gifted one single by choice membership. Thank you.
So here we go. This is wild.
He can get up on a platform and say, you know, well, this is what it is, and so on and so on. When Anton spoke the next day, which was fine because it had just happened. But when he spoke the next day, you know, he was, you know, so hype and boisterous from, you know, what was happening with him that he didn't properly address what had happened to me. And being that I wasn't on camera, I didn't have a voice. And so I depended on the person that I trust to be my voice.
Advocate, yep.
And also being that you are on a big platform, everybody, you know, for the most part knows Anton. So when you go to, it's either you don't speak about it or you speak about it. And when he went to speak about it, he didn't advocate. He only still boistered towards whatever Corey had to say. And I get the boistering, but my advocation should have been first.
How did you inform him you were done with the show?
Well,
did you call him or email or?
Well, again, I had to process it first. Because again, I had never been involved in something that's everywhere like that. And on top of that, it's a lie.
Yep.
And so I had to process how I wanted to move forward with that. But I called Anton and I spoke to him like I would do when we have any other business dealings.
Sure.
And I told him how I felt, like I'm telling you right now about, you know, avocation and things like that. And from that point on, you know, he called, you know, well, I'm gonna see how you know, how you doing with it and such and such. But I just came to a point where I know that
Speak up.
This is heavy on her. This is like a romantic breakup. He said, I had to call Anton. I told him. You know, she was devastated. He said, you said I was up under your instruction. You said you was the leader. You know, you said, you know, we was your flock and, you know, you gonna protect us. And I didn't feel protected. You know, I actually felt like you was about to get slid. I don't think we can do this anymore.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
A lot. That was embarrassing. Like I said, nobody won in that exchange with Corey and Anton. Anton did not look like a man, you know, not at all. So this is why I just got wonky ego, pride. Shout out to my father-in-law. Love that brother. Anytime you interject pride and ego into a situation, 100% of the time it's going to make it worse. It's never going to resolve it, never going to make it better. When you're dealing with Antons of the world, ego and pride, and it's always going to be heavy there. And Anton just seemed to got enough money and got enough weasel tactics. He can maneuver this madness. But nevertheless, a terrible look. Terrible look.
Things aren't going to change because that's his platform. And I wouldn't want somebody to change their platform.
So how did he handle it? Was he just like, okay, if that's your decision, I respect it?
That's exactly what he said.
Okay.
Almost to the T.
Yep.
But he understood because.
Will you all remain friends? You're not working together. Will you remain in contact rather?
Will we remain cordial?
Will you remain in contact with each other?
No, we never had a relationship where he's just calling me just to call, just like we don't go out and chill just to chill.
But he can send you a message on a DM. Like, is he blocked?
No.
So he's not blocked. Okay.
No, he's not.
So he still has access. If he wanted to reach you, he has access.
He's not blocked. He's not blocked.
Yeah.
Because there isn't. I don't have a disdain or something like
Correct.
that for anything he does. And
you just ended your contract.
We just ended the business relationship that we had.
Okay.
And I'm not interested in bashing Anton, and I'm not taking away from what Anton did on the side that helped me with my journey, but everything has a season.
Yeah.
And I think just ours have come to an end because at this juncture, I can't trust that you'll advocate.
Hell!
And there y'all go. That's a drop in the bucket. Like you say, Anton up here making millions of dollars. He can afford put these people on payroll, pay him off. I mean, it's nothing. They are adding tremendous value, you know. So he getting it back, and it's unfortunate. She just got to go her separate ways. And Anton done already replaced her. From what I've seen, there's already a new chick up there on the show. Anton said, every time I lose one, I bounce back with two.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Shout out to that old Christian player. I'm not letting that go. You can't have it both ways, man. You can't. You are either out here, you know, a hound dog and Mr. Machismo, or you are a wholesome, humble Christian man. But damaged villains like Anton think they could be both. Why? Because they feel as if they're getting a desired outcome. But longevity will always tell the tale. A wicked person, I'm not saying Anton is wicked and like that, but you hear me. A wicked man can have success for a short season. But I believe my faith is strong that justice and righteous shall always prevail. So don't think that you can go along and be a slimy scoundrel, how some of these folks are doing. Shout out to Anton, because eventually it will come back to bite you. Money ain't everything.
She'll advocate for me being I was under your covering at the time. And that's what, I have to have in somebody that's a business partner, that's doing, my management or bookings, anything.
And he's never met your husband.
Well,
I don't want to leave that out. I know you lined up everything else, but we need to always keep that a part of your lineup.
Well,
doing business with anybody, they need, particularly male, they need to meet your husband.
Amen.
Because as
I
men,
already, that was my first thing. That was in the lesson.
okay, well,
So I addressed that already.
Okay, maybe I wasn't just listening as thorough because I
You
wanted
did,
to. I just wanted to.
You did because you went on your. See, I listened to you,
Okay.
but that was the first thing I said.
Your husband is my boy. He's
But
a
he has
really
met- he
nice
has
guy,
met-
and I want to
He's
make
met
sure.
everybody, but this is the first person that I've actually done business with that was strictly out of town.
Okay.
So again, that was a different dynamic. But again, like I said, I learned a lesson from it to either, I don't know, he has to fly, or the person I'm doing business with has to fly, and so they can cordially meet face.
No, the person needs to fly in to meet your husband.
No, I'm saying if I'm going out, maybe
sure.
he flies. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He flies, or the other person can fly in, and then they can cordially meet together in person. But
Okay. Well,
that's where
I want to thank you for doing this interview. I think you did a fantastic job. I put you under the heat. I pushed back. You pushed back. You was poised, and I appreciate your posture.
Yeah, all that. So she came up here, like I said, I don't know what her desired outcome. I mean, the title of tonight's show, she was supposed to be doing damage control. So, for the record, Micca is not Anton's side chick. That was the picture she was trying to paint of not being the side chick. I don't know how that went.
I believe, like, to some degree, this was dinner for schmucks. Micca got invited to dinner for schmucks by the interviewer. They know each other. He said he was once her executive producer, so they have a relationship. And he saw this. He said, "Hey, Micca, business friend, a business associate for a while, I want to interview you on my show." And it was presented as a safe space, and he did good. But nevertheless, wasn't a good showing for you, Micca. Your buddy got one over on you. He said you did good. You stayed poised. I asked the hard questions, but nevertheless, it wasn't a good showing. And he chastised you. You deserved it. Good for you. Hopefully you did learn something. I like that first lesson. Like the brother said, and he right on with his wild self. You a woman? Come on, especially if you know the world deems you desirable. Introduce your man. Bring him into the room at any business meeting with other men, married or not. Make your man be there. Those men will respect you more. They may not, offer you positions, certain positions for sexual favors. Live with that. But at least they will respect you.
That's it.
Appreciate your Pharaoh's Kingdom. Says if her husband had any self-respect, he'd leave her. I hate that this is true. We want to keep relationships together. We know it's needed, but it is what it is. Appreciate you. Be a Man Podcast says Anton like the side chick narrative. He do. He think that makes him look like a big body man. Appreciate you, Air Force Reek. Says Anton broke her heart, po baby. Appreciate you, brother Jez. Appreciate you. Says if she works with Anton on Thursdays and Fridays, but Corey shoots his show on Tuesdays, so why was she with Anton on Tuesday? Look at the journalist. I see you.
That was more business. So overtime.
That's all. How you think she making dang near $4,000 a month? Got a business, a lot of meetings. Appreciate you, Derek. Says there is one thing that bothers me. Y'all and them are being disrespectful. Stop calling that man out his name. His name is Futon. Get it right. Y'all call it Futon, Tampa. Shout out to Milton. We appreciate you coming through with Dub. Says, see, she's lying. Anton went live the same night. Everything went down and said she was there with him. And Corey never said her name. We just knew there was a woman other than his wife with him. Anton named her.
I mean, that is true. So after they left the studio that night, you know, Anton went over to his other show and they was both in the same camera in the same hotel room. Like you said, I don't know who room it was, but they was hanging out, you know, they was laughing and giggling. Everybody was joking about it. And Anton's in the camera. The head moved to the side. She came in the camera. Don't know.
The optics, man.
So for that, tonight we're going to put Micca in the pit.
Oh, no glaze, Evie.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely was worth the Wednesday pop-up. Messy and crazy as heck. Shout out to that interviewer, man, with his wild self. That was good stuff. You know, I ain't seen the interview. I ain't seen the interview able to ask those hard questions. He said, did you hunch Anton? And actually got an answer. I granted he had an end. They had already had rapport. They worked together. I ain't mad at him. But I also acknowledge that past business friend, invite her to dinner with Schmucks. Why was it dinner for Schmucks? Because that was not a good showing on her part. She may have thought it was. He told her it was, but it wasn't.
That part. So we'd have made it through. I told y'all we had an exorcism, but I don't know if we got time to do it tonight. All right, because it's extensive and I don't want to not be able to cook up the way we need to.
Shoot, we did a little exorcism on Micca there. You seen them eyes bug out, man. But yeah, shout out to Mr. X and the exorcisms. Yeah, y'all know those get intense. Yeah, not tonight.
That part, yeah. Like you said, that was enough. I didn't realize how much was there, but that was a lot.
Yes, it was. Messy. Hopefully we learned something. Come on now, y'all know how we do over here. Shout out to the interviewer. What's the lessons we learned, sisters? I keep saying it, gonna keep saying it because it's the most critical. Respect your man. Bring him into the room. Make other men married or single know that you are spoken for and got some covering. Otherwise, they're going to try to cover you in glaze.
That's it.
Appreciate you, Evie Ray. So thanks, Gav. Glaze Galaxy happily accepts. Well, she didn't end up in Glaze Galaxy. So go ahead and grab your lotion.
And shout out to Young Jay. Like he say, hit the like button, people. Stop hating watching all y'all life. Hit the like button on the way out. And hit the what's it called? The joke button, whatever it's called. What is it called? The
hype button.
Yeah, hype the video after the live stream. All right, you might have to wait an hour or so, but come back when it's available after it processes and hype the video as well and all the videos and keep it in the algorithm.
There you go. That's a new feature. I seen that. Yeah, come on, SBC Carpet for the Horse Patreons. Make sure y'all hype this video. We're giving y'all homework now. Yeah, hype the video. Hype it up. Huh? Come on. Now, you know, that's crazy. The support, all you got to do is a little click, little finger click. Is us Backwoods Country Boy, are we worth the daggone finger click? Look at this. Are we worth this energy? That's like a fraction of a calorie. Are we worth a fraction of a calorie?
So, like Repeat said, hype it up.
Straight like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight.
And also shout out to all the sponsors tonight coming through. Shout out to Brother Mick, Brother Rakim in the Cash App. Shout out to Milton coming through. Shout out to Air Force Reek, Sister Dee Dee, Uncle Derek, been supporting all night. Shout out to Petty Sama.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Shout out to Brother Kareem, Sister Rachel. Who else we got here? Divine Photos, G Honda, Unc B Streetman, and last but not least, Rachai Media.
Always coming through. We appreciate y'all coming through, supporting your channel, supporting the madness, supporting your interests, supporting beautiful black media. Please continue to do so, hitting that super chat, hitting that Cash App, and we appreciate those memberships. Shout out to Petty Sam, always coming through with that 10 spot. Make sure all y'all, they got y'all no-cost membership. Make sure y'all re-up at the end of y'all no-cost month. Mo on the go, and show some Backwoods Country Boys some support.
That part. And we will be back up here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard for SBC Madness. And like I said, we got that exorcism. It probably ain't going to fit into tomorrow's show. So maybe Saturday. Maybe tomorrow. I doubt it because it's going to throw the show off because it's a lot. We're going to have to sit down and have a conversation. Might be a Truth Over Lies. We might have to drop the link for it. I think we all might have to talk about and get in on this.
Okay, I'm here for it. Whether or not it is tomorrow, Truth Over Lies, Saturday, Sunday, we gonna bring it to the forefront and have a conversation. You don't want to miss it. Make sure y'all subscribe so y'all don't miss a thing.
So we will be back up here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe on your way out. Until then, I'm Gavin X.
I am Mr. Walker.
And we are Carpet for the Horse Productions.
A good evening.